What is up, everybody, and welcome back once again to another exciting episode of the greatest show on the internet about the worst movies on the internet, where we actually watch bad movies on purpose. It's not an accident. We actually do this not for a living because no one pays us to do this. We just do this because we're stupid. Anyways, my name's Jimbo from Retro Game Lounge. That's what that sign back there says, in case anyone needs to know. RGL. Yes, I made that up myself. Anyways, so we have a very special guest tonight, which we will get to in just a second. But first, like always, I got to go around the table and see how fast my co-hosts are on the draw, and in no particular order. Mark the Game Shark.
Hey, everybody. How's it going?
That was pretty quick. I think that was an upgrade from last time. That wasn't too bad.
I was delayed, definitely.
That was okay. Let's see if Willie is any faster.
Dude.
Not bad for an older guy. That was all right. You're getting up there in age. And not forgetting the one and only, straight from the hills of Kentucky, Crazy Kyle.
What's up, bitch?
Oh, man.
All right, that was fast. Jeez, bro.
That was a sneak.
Like Wyatt Earp, man. Doing the thing. But we have a very special guest, courtesy of our friend Willie. And if any of you saw the artwork recently on the Retro Game Lounge Facebook page, that was actually Kyle's picture was actually courtesy of this gentleman, Rick. Hi, Rick.
How's it going?
Welcome to Dirtflix, bro. Thanks for being our first celebrity guest. I mean,
well.
I mean, dude, compared to us, you are like, like people actually like consume your media. They don't really consume ours. So, yeah.
They may wipe with my media. I don't know if they'll consume with my media.
Dude, that's way more than they do with ours. So don't worry about that. But Rick, tell us a little bit about yourself, man. You have a pretty cool job.
I'm a professional artist, I guess. I don't know, Todd. I work for DC Comics. I've been with them since '91, which is almost 30 years. Actually, I did a little freelancing before then. So I guess it's about 30 years I've been working for them. 29 years, almost exclusively. 5 of those years, I also worked for Disney. I'm a cartoonist, artist, restoration artist. I do a lot of restoration, coloring, done some original stuff. Did some original stuff for Disney, and then of course I do my own comic. It's really hard. This thing is like, it should be like a mirror, this camera. I'm always pointing. Yeah, behind me, Willie Weasley, which I did him back in 1985. And so when you read it, there's a lot of 80s references in it. I did it. I was an art director at a company, 6-7 years before I was working for DC. I didn't really know anything about comics, and the Turtles, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles came out, and I thought, well, that's kind of cool. So I wonder what I could come up with. So it was during the black and white comic revolution of the mid-'80s, and on my lunch breaks, I would sit and write and draw this crazy stuff. I wanted to learn how to do comics. I don't know why. I had no aspirations to work in comics. I was happy being an art director and an artist, and I was doing airbrushing and working for different companies at full time, just a normal, get up, go to work in the morning kind of a guy. And there was I had this art teacher, Bob Stewart, and he would spell his name B-H-O-B, Bob Stewart, S-T-E-W-A-R-T, and he was very big in comics. He was my illustration teacher. And I connected with him about 10 years after I got out of art school because I was not happy working in corporate world, working for these big companies, doing art that was only seen in meeting rooms and, those kinds of things. So he didn't really remember me, but he met with me and he looked at my portfolio and said, throw it all out. Actually, I had made an ad for myself. And he looked at it, and I'd illustrated it and everything. And he looked at it, and he goes, "So what's this? An ad on how not to get work?" And I'm like, "Okay, I need help." Wow. So he put together a class of narrative art, which is what comics is, so that he could teach me specifically certain things about comics. There aren't a lot of rules in comics, but there are certain things you have to do. How to ink with a brush and all that stuff. So he put together this class that met at the Boston Architectural Center every Saturday for, I don't know, 8 weeks or something. Since he put this class together for me, and I went to my office manager and I said, hey, can I take this art class? It'll help me be a better art student. They were like, yeah. And it's that kind of deal where if you take a class, an extracurricular class while you work and the company pays for the class, if you have an A or a B. Mm-hmm. So I took the class and I was doing great. And the last assignment that was the big grade was to do a 4-page comic, 1 panel per page. Mm-hmm. Just do it really quick. It's 1985, and I did. There weren't a lot of reality shows on TV back then, except the game shows. And there was this game show where if you gave somebody $100 and asked them to do something, they would do it. I forget the name of it. So I thought, wouldn't it be funny if I came up with a game show? I made it look like the 1950s. And I called it They'll Do Anything for Money. It was 4 pages, and it was a mother at the mall with her little kid. And I couldn't do this today, and you'll know why in a second. The mother is pulling her little kid along, and he's got a plastic toy gun, and he's pretending he's shooting around the mall. And you see a guy come in with a headset and a mouthpiece, and the cameraman's on him and goes, watch the fun, while the mother's not working. Watch the fun as we change little Jimmy's squirt gun with a .44 Magnum. So Jimmy starts shooting and starts blowing everybody away. And the mother's like, what's all that noise, So at the last page, the mother's like, oh my God, give me that gun. And the kid is like, give me a reason, Mom, all this kind of thing. And I think I kind of like, Bob looked at it and he's like, he didn't like it. And maybe it's a little ahead of its time, but I still have it around here somewhere. And I look at it now, it's kind of frightening that I actually did this. And he said, and he started picking it apart. And he gave me all these reasons, not about the subject matter, but he was picking it apart. And I think it was his way of saying that he really didn't like the subject matter. So I said, so what am I going to get for a grade? And he goes, well, I don't know. He says, maybe a B- or something. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. This class was so that I could learn about comics, and I'm supposed to be getting an A. And I was embarrassed. So he said, okay. He said, I'll give you one more chance. Do something else. Mm-hmm. So I go back to work on Monday. Class was over. I was going to have to mail this to him. And I'm sitting there and I'm like thinking, okay, I should come up with something. It was my lunch break. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, what can I do? What can I do? And I remember in college, this happened to somebody I knew. They told me the story about a condom. And it's actually in the first Willie Weasley story of that book. The last page of the first story is based on a true event. Looking out the window. If you guys didn't read it, I'm not going to blow it for you, but looking out the window, the dog's outside, this all actually happened. And okay. I remembered that. And so I turned it, I thought, well, let me do that. And I started drawing it, and I was using, kids, teenagers. And I'm thinking, well, this is a little bit like a twisted Betty and Veronica. So I thought, no, I don't like this. So I thought, well, what kind of a weasel would, I showed the guy kind of a Weasley guy. What kind of a character should I draw? And I thought, a weasel. And I thought, if I make it look like a 1940s, 1950s cartoon like Mighty Mouse or Looney Tunes or something, so it looks like it's for kids, but it's actually for mature readers, maybe, that'll be the kind of the hook. So I started drawing it like a 1940s animated cartoon. Mm-hmm. And that's why he wears a derby hat and he wears what he wears and stuff. So I mailed it in, and Bob calls me up at home. And he's like, I love this. He goes, I love this. He said, so he goes, and then he wrote me this long letter, which I still have. Bob passed away a few years ago, so I have everything he's ever written me. And I was reading the letter the other day, and I remember he wrote it, and he said, I really think you got something with this weasel character. You should really develop it. Take that little 4-page story and front load it and make it a 12-page story where you can actually explain who this character is and why he's doing what he's doing. And then I had Willie Weasley. So I started writing these stories that pretty much came from real life. I mean, we run into weasels all day long, every day, in every walk of life. So there's always material out there. And so a lot of the stuff that I was writing, it was based on something I heard, saw, witnessed, whatever, and then I would just, flesh it out and fill it out to a story where I'd have to do all the writing and the dialogue and all. So that's where he came from. And I couldn't get arrested back in the 80s. I was unknown. I sent it to every publisher I could think of, every comic book publisher, and a lot of people liked it, but didn't get published because they didn't know me. And some people put it in the letter. We don't know you. Can you meet a deadline? Yeah, you did this in your spare time, but can you do it under pressure? Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, well, I don't know. Give me a chance, So fast forward a few years, I submitted work to DC after I saw the first Michael Keaton Batman movie. I ended up freelancing for them. They gave me a line of books, which... if you look over my shoulder there, you can see on the bookshelf those black bound books there. Those are all books I've worked on. And so I've been working for them since 1991. And then around 2012, I was talking to somebody who was a publisher. And he said, do you do anything else besides this work you've done for Disney and DC? And I said, yeah, I did something years ago. It was before I was in comics. And I showed it to him. And he was laughing and he goes, I love this. And he published it. And so then all comics are distributed through Diamond distributors, and it went to Diamond. Diamond distributed it. It's out there. They bought all the prints of it. It's still on Amazon, but it has a $7.95 printed on the cover, which is what the publisher wanted. Way too much money. But because it's a comic, every once in a while I'll look it up. You could have ordered this at Barnes and Noble, any bookstore, or find it in a comic shop or whatever. But that was a long time ago, so it's not out there anymore. But if you look for it online, people are selling it like for, $30, $40, first issue kind of a thing. It's hilarious. It's not worth any of that. So
we'll see.
Yeah. So
I'm just kidding.
After all these years of working, and I'm starting to slow down and everything, and Amazon has this great thing where you just, you can write or draw comics or write books or whatever, and it's publishing on demand. And I thought, well, that'd be kind of cool. I checked it out, and I saw some really bad stuff up there that was really making a lot of money for the creator. So I thought, well, I have a shot. So I started working. This past summer, I wrote another Willie Weasley book. After years of not even looking at the character, and it was just like falling off a log. It was like an old friend. I sat down at the drawing board, and I had to draw some sketches of him, and I actually had to go. I had to get the book, and I had to sit there with the book and look at the character as if I was drawing someone else's character. It was like, oh, that's how I used to do it. And then it all came back. And this is the new story. This is a printout of the new story. And it's updated. He is online dating. You can see him sitting there. You can tell it. Let me get this right here. It's the middle of the night, and he's in his crappy apartment, and he's still a weasel. You can see the binoculars on the windowsill that go, that can see right over to the buildings across the way. So he's still a weasel. This is that page I just showed you. A comic book is usually drawn a lot larger. So here's the actual pencil of that page. This is the actual size. And this is it penciled. And then cool I ink it on an iPad. I used to ink with ink and a brush, but there are apps on the iPad that work just as well. And then this is the pencil for the cover. And as you can see, it says in this issue, God, I can't line this camera thing up. In this issue, go to hell with Willie Weasley, because there's the devil, and Willie's hanging off of a trident of a pitchfork of I don't know, one of her cohorts down there in hell. She's the ruler of that ring of hell that he goes to. And of course, being a weasel, he's hanging off the trident about to get roasted, and he's hitting on her.
And he's
So, I had a blast writing that story and my version of hell and what happens to people like, or guys like that in hell. So the whole thing about Willie Weasley was that the thing I used to say at like a comic conventions when I would sit there with the book, and I'd have like DC stuff on one side of me that I did, and I'd have Willie Weasley stuff on the other side. And you know, it was great because you'd see like little kids, they'd see that cover and they thought it was like a kid book, you know, and you'd see the mothers pulling their kids away from the books, you know, like no. They'd open it up and they'd see the pin up in there of Bunny, and oh, I don't think that's for you. And I'd say mature readers across the top, and they'd be yanking the kid away. It's an interesting, you know, I just thought it was kind of interesting having it something like it's targeted. It looks like it's targeted for kids, but it's for adults.
I like this. I like the subterfuge, like angle on that, where you're just like, that's how I'm gonna get him. You know, like I like that.
Yeah, you have to have, you know, I mean, there's so many comics out there now, and if I'm going to do my own comic, I am not going to do a superhero. And, you know, the collections I do, and I want to mention Nick Lyons. Nick Lyons I met him when he was in high school. He graduated in 2012, and a local high school asked me if I would mind coming in and teaching. And I heard that this, you know, Nick was really into comics. And so I talked with him. He graduated. He went to art school in New York. He studied comics. He kept in touch with me, and over the summer I would show him stuff, and I would try him out on some work. And now he works with me.
Awesome.
He lives in Brooklyn, and we collaborate on, like, we've been working on Batman for the past 4 months. We're starting another Batman next month, and you know, working on large books for 4 months at a time. I can tell you can get really sick of Batman, really, you know.
I bet.
So when you go to the drawing board, you sit down and you draw a weasel and a hot female devil, and it's just, it works out.
Dude, you're the second guy I've talked to who can actually lay claim to, I do Batman.
Oh, really?
The other guy is Jim Lee. So
do you know Jim Lee?
I've met him a couple times at a comic book convention. The first time I met him, I was trying to think of a way to say this without making him feel old, because I was not a young man when I met him. I was probably about 30 by the time I met him, and I was like, bro, I'm not trying to make you feel your age, but I've literally been waiting for this day since I was 12. Like, you're one of the reasons I like comic books. I mean, like X-Men and shit. Like I just want to say, like, thank you, like, for doing that. And this was after you went over to DC.
I have never met him.
Seriously? No. And you fucking work there?
I've been by his office. DC is located in New York City. Yeah. And from Massachusetts, I just hop on a train, and, you know, the building was right across the street from the Ed Sullivan Theater. So, you know, I'd go down there, I could pop in and see David Letterman, and, you know, it was, I love New York City. And Paul Levitz was the publisher. He was the guy in charge of DC for years, and I knew him very well. And over the years, I've gotten to know a lot of comic book people, and you know, I got a professional pass. I can walk into, you know, like San Diego Comic-Con, and I've met, I don't know, I've talked with a lot of different actors and directors and different people and stuff. It's fun, you know. You wear the lanyard with your name and it says DC Comics on it, and then you can walk up to almost anybody because they mistakenly think, oh, he's one of us. I'm like, no, I'm not. And as long as you keep a straight face and don't shake, you know, you can fool them. So I've talked to a lot of people, but Warner Brothers wanted DC out in Burbank, where Warner Brothers Studios is. So it's just down the street from Warner Brothers Studios. So they were out there for several years until I finally flew out there. And because I talked with them, I email them. I mean, it's like they're here over my shoulder bugging me when I work, but you don't have to actually go into the office. And I used to do it years ago for FaceTime, especially starting out, so that they can see a person with a name. And it just really helped if I wanted to do work for other departments and stuff like that. So but they moved to California, which is not a train ride. It's a flight, and it's a weekend, or it's 3 days. If you're gonna go to Los Angeles, if you're gonna go to Hollywood, you might as well spend a few days out there. So I finally went out there, and my editor guy I've been working with for years was like, we have total access to Warner Brothers. And I'm like, why? And he goes, because we work for Warner Brothers. So I'm like, oh. So we walked over to Warner Brothers, and it was one of those things where you walk up to the guy at the guard shack and you hold up a thing, work for DC, and he goes, oh, come on in. And we just walked around to the different studios and the different things and whatever. We had lunch in the commissary. It's kind of it was interesting. I mean, I didn't really see anybody. I saw a lot of stuff, but it was interesting. But I was like, well, can I meet Jim Lee? Because, I knew Paul Levitz really well, but I haven't met Jim Lee. And they said, well, he's not in a lot, but here's his office. And there was a desk and a drawing board and everything. I'm like, well, okay. So I don't get out there enough to. It'd be one of these things where I'd have to like run into him, and I haven't done it yet. But
that's amazing.
But I know a lot of other people, so
I mean, he's a big deal at DC now, right? He's like director of.
He's the publisher. Isn't he? He's the publisher, and
he is the publisher. Okay.
Yeah, he's the publisher. The way Paul Levitz was, and like I said, I knew Paul Levitz really well. This guy I haven't met, but my editor is like, well, I don't even know if I should be saying this, but what the heck? He says, He says, Jim will have like a Halloween party every other year at his house, and he invites everybody from DC, and he hires people in professional Hollywood zombie makeup to be like the caterers and stuff like that. And he says, why don't you come out around Halloween and come and and then we can go to Jim Lee's for the party. I said, I'll be your +1. And you're like, yeah, but I didn't go.
Oh,
I'm totally gonna crash that shit.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But yeah, it's I mean, there's a few stories I could tell, but I have to be careful because this is a live podcast. You're going to store this thing on YouTube, and I don't want to.
We're not going to get you in trouble, but I do have a comics related question for you.
Yeah, sure.
Since you've worked at DC Comics, worked on a few titles. I'll leave it kind of broad, and I'll let you answer it. Other than your own stuff, other than Willie Weasley and stuff, of all the we'll call it the garden variety comic book characters that you have access to working at DC. What was your favorite one to work on and why?
Well, it was Batman.
Okay. Good choice.
I have so many Batman stories. When I was a kid, now I'm a lot older than you guys, and I was reading Batman when I was 10, and back then Batman was actually, DC Comics was going to cancel it because the sales were in the toilet. And I was probably the last kid in America that was reading it. I loved it. And my father was a policeman, and being 10 years old, I could not understand why he wouldn't dress up like a bat and run around this little town in Massachusetts with him as Batman and me as Robin. I mean, I didn't get it. I'm like, why not? You're a cop. Just put on the suit and it's legal, right? So I had these fantasies, I came close. I did come close. My mother was in something called the Women's Club of the town, which a lot of towns have that, and they do plays and charities and raise money. So at 12 years old, the Batman TV show comes on.
66 Batman.
West. Okay. Yeah, 1966. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, I was 12 in 1966, and my mother is part of the Women's Club, and so she's talking to us one night, and she says, well, we have a float in the 4th of July parade, and they want to have Batman and Robin be kind of walking and running behind the float and all this kind of stuff. And they want your dad to play Batman and you can be Robin. And I'm like, holy shit. Of course, now I'm 12 and I'm in 7th grade. And if anybody sees me dressed up as Robin, I'm going to get the crap kicked out of me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, make the mask nice and, so nobody knows it's me. But I was kind of excited. And those plans were scrapped. And they ended up putting me on the float, and they would do a car wash. They would do all these different. So they had all those kids representing different things that the women's club did during the year, and one of the things was a car wash. So they had me standing next to a little kid sitting in one of those little pedal cars, and me holding a hose with a sponge, waving to people, which was probably a hell of a lot more embarrassing at 12 years old than running around as Robin.
Yeah.
And when I did see a kid from school, I'd turn, So I was shocked because I didn't know that they asked 2 other people to be Batman and Robin. So we're going down Main Street, and I'm on the back of the float, and out of the bushes from both sides, they had it all planned. Batman comes out, Robin comes out, and they're running at the back, and I'm like, and I'm thinking to myself, son of a bitch, that should have been me. Well, Batman was fat. And his belly was hanging over the belt. And the costumes were so homemade that they were, me, being into these comics, I could size up right away. I'm watching on the float and I'm like, that's not Batman, that's not Robin. Robin was 40 years old.
Wow.
And these are 2 husbands of the women from, I think Robin was actually taller than Batman, and it was absurd. And the costumes were so poorly made. And if you remember Adam West's utility belt, it was not quite exactly like in the comic because he had to have real boxes with lids on them to hold the things he would pull out. He couldn't have that really cool one that was in the comics. So they tried to simulate that. And they had this like yellow, I don't know, it looked like an Army or a Boy Scout belt that they painted yellow.
Oh, boy.
And then they had boxes glued to them to simulate the utility belt. But when Batman got closer to the float, I'm looking at it, and they did such a poor job painting these yellow boxes. They were hard boxes of Marlboro cigarettes, and you could see the red and white Marlboro thing. They didn't even use 2 coats of primer. So Batman's got this Marlboro cigarette boxes around his waist, and I'm sitting there appalled, like, this is wrong, This is so.
See Batman lighting up under the cow. He's like,
and then he's wheezing, he's running, and then they kind of took the powder. I don't know where they went, and so that was so. The Batman TV show is on, and I can remember how excited I was that this Batman, my favorite character. I like Batman a lot. I like Superman a lot. I read Superman, but Batman to me was cool because, he didn't have any superpowers. I know everybody says that, but I knew that at 10 years old. The guy doesn't have any superpowers, and he's bringing this little kid. And if they ever put Robin in a movie, please get a 10, 12-year-old kid, because that would be awesome, having this little dervish of a kid going around. And they always drew Robin smiling and beating the crap out of people. I thought, that's a 10-year-old's dream come true. Mm-hmm. So, don't get a 40-year-old Chris O'Donnell. Get a 10, 12-year-old kid. And do it right. So anyway, I'm all excited that they announced this show, and I remember sitting on the floor, and it was finally coming on. It was a Tuesday night, 7:30. I'm 11, 12 years old. I think I was probably 11. I don't know. And I went from so excited to about 5 minutes into it, I was horrified. I was like,
they got you.
Yeah, it was kind of like what was going to happen at the 4th of July parade. It was like, that ain't Batman. To me, it wasn't Batman. I know that people love this show. I get it, and it's their Batman. I totally understand that. But when and a lot of the stories that they did on the TV show, it turns out that they are right from the comics.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple of the stories, I actually restored and recolored and stuff, and did for DC. Then they were the actual stories from the show, like the Joker's utility belt and stuff like that. But dressing up like that and reading a comic book where the world is 4 colors and bright colors, and people say things like, you ghoul, you scum, and and all that kind of thing, is one thing. And a 10-year-old reading, it's another thing when you take adults and put them in a purple and blue shiny caped costume, and they play it straight talking like that, and then you have adults sitting behind you laughing their asses off at what you want to be a serious adventure show. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh my God, they're laughing at Batman. They're laughing at this guy, and he's not to be laughed at. So I took exception to that. As I got older, I understood the campiness. I got it. I've actually enjoyed the shows. I met Frank Gorshin. I had a long conversation with him one day, and I said to him, I said, I hated the Batman TV show. And he looked at me like, I said, but I absolutely adored you as the Riddler. Because I said, you played it straight and you were freaking scary.
Yeah.
I said, that laugh and how, like, you would laugh, but you would do this cold-blooded look on your face. And I said, I'm a little kid. And I said, you scared the shit out of me. And he took it as a big, he's shaking. He goes, thank you. That's great. I'm like, yeah, you. And I did like the Riddler episodes. I thought Frank Gorshin was, of course, I love the Catwoman episodes because I was 12 and horny,
All right. Wait, I have to interject a question there then, because this I definitely have to ask you. The first Catwoman or the second Catwoman? You can only have one.
Well, there were 3 of them.
Oh, I'm sorry. There was the 3. Okay. You have to pick one. Which one? And why?
Well, come on. I mean, Julie Newmar designed that costume for herself.
Correct.
And so anybody else who played Catwoman after that was going to have to model themselves after her, even though Eartha Kitt put her spin on it. And I love the way she rolled her R's, and she was very sexy. And, oh gosh, what's her name? Barnaby Jones, the secretary there. She was in the movie.
Yes.
Holy crap. But Julie Newmar defined that character to the point where it leaked into the comics. And she was the one that came up with the belt and put it on her hips to make it very sexy. And her delivery was so dry and so perfect that it would be so quick that sometimes it would go right by you and then it would hit you like a delayed reaction. So there's this scene where she's got Batman and Robin tied to the roof of in a skyscraper, a building, and her henchmen have rigged up a big magnifying glass. And when the sun was going to come over, it was going to fry them like a couple of ants under a magnifying glass. And as she's telling him the plan, she's talking to them in a very dry way. And she says, so Batman, when that sun comes over, and she's explaining it to them, and Robin's there and he goes, holy oleo, oleo margarine. He goes, holy oleo. And she goes, I didn't know you could yodel. And I lost it. It just cracked me up. I mean, she could deliver stuff like that and still be sexy. So she made it work. So yeah, I liked, I mean, who doesn't like, I mean, she was like 6 feet tall. I mean,
I know.
I'm 6'3" and I'd still want to climb her. So.
That was probably one of my first boners as a kid, dude. Like watching that as a kid, I was like, dude, she's hot.
Sure.
Like seriously, that chick is hot.
Yeah, she was hot. And she just had a great way about her. And I think she was a much better actress than they gave her credit for, because to dress up like that and do a show like that and to define a character and have your own style, I mean, that's not easy to do. And she pulled it off. She could have made it ridiculous, and she was awesome. So yeah,
agreed.
I really liked her. So, when the first freelance job I did for DC was, this is still part of answering your Batman question. I was sending them samples. I was going through a divorce. I was sitting in an apartment. I'd go to work every day. I had nothing to do at night. My son was a year old.
Mm-hmm.
I was worried about the world and my world and how I'm going to make this all work and all this stuff. By the way, my son is perfectly adjusted. Like I said, he's 31. We talk every day. We see each other all the time. We hang out every weekend. He kind of thinks Willie Weasley's his big brother, but that works because he's a couple of years older than my son. But I sent in I'd send these samples in. I'd get a brown envelope and I'd draw Batman, I'd draw Superman, but mostly Batman. And I would, there was this editor of those books, and I would send them in, and I wouldn't hear anything. And then another week, nothing to do. Let me draw some, and I'd keep sending them in. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. A few months go by, and the phone rings, and it was the editor, and he said, are you Rick Keene? Have you been sending us those samples? Which I thought he was going to say, yes, I'm Rick Keene. Well, cut it out. It's it's getting knee deep into your samples right here. Stop sending that shit. But what he said was, he said, look, we're 30 pages of this Superman book, and we're running out of time, and there's an issue with the current freelancer working on it. Can you do 30 pages of Superman in 2 weeks? I've never done anything like that in my life. I mean, I sat down at the kitchen table in this apartment and I was drawing Batman and stuff. Again, I'm doing it at my own pace or whatever, but to do something that's going to go into a comic book in 2 weeks,
mm-hmm.
and it has to blend with everything else. If I said no, because in my heart I'm going, there's no way I can do that, then I'll never get another shot. So I'm like, sure, I can do that. Yeah. When do you want me to start? And
Absolutely.
They're like, well, we'll FedEx the material to you, and and gave me the date 2 weeks from now, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I got off the phone, and after I stopped going, wow, all this stuff, it hit me, and I'm like, oh my God, I am dead. I am so screwed. So the material showed up, and it took me the full 2 weeks, including the weekends. I got it in on time, and they liked it, and then I didn't hear from them, and I kept calling them saying, hey, I'm the guy that did that, and I'm the guy that did this, and yeah, well, we might be putting those books on hiatus, and we're not sure, and all that. I'm like, figures. So a year goes by, and it's 1991, and I'm freelancing doing artwork for some company, and I hated it, and it was a short-term job. And I got my house and everything, the divorce is settled, we're all happy, everything's great. And I go home for lunch one day because I actually lived close enough that I could walk home. I didn't have to drive. And
nice.
I'm sitting at home. Yeah, well, be careful what you wish for, because I'm home all the time now because I work here. And, I don't see people anymore. I'm almost agoraphobic now. But, I went home for lunch, and my dream was like, and it was a forgotten dream. It was kind of like, they'll never call me. And I got this call, and it was DC, and it was not anybody I dealt with. And again, is this Rick Keene? I said, yes. And he said, hi, this is so-and-so from DC Comics. And I'm like, yes. And he said, well, we are starting that line of books again, and we need a full-time artist. And I went, okay. And he said, so we were wondering, are you available? And I said, you want me to do it? And he said, look, we've done several of these books, and 4 other people have worked on it. He says, I've got 5 books open right now on my desk. And the book that I have open to your pages, I like the best. Now, this was Superman Restoration, where they don't have the original art. They want to republish these things. The art is really gonzo, and in some cases, half the page is missing or whatever. So they wanted somebody who could not only restore the art, but could talk with them about what the missing art might be, and then I would sit down and read, and draw it from scratch, what it probably was in there. And they would check with collectors, and they just couldn't find it. So I had to draw in whatever comic book I was working on, whatever character, I had to draw in that particular style.
Yeah.
And that was my thing with them. It was kind of a big thing. And so he said, I have these 5 books open, and I like you as the best. Now, I could have been like, he could have called 3 people already and said the same thing to them, and they could have refused. And it's like, he's saying it to me, but I believed him. And I said, oh, good. And he says, can you come to DC? He goes, you're in Boston, right? I said, yeah, I'm in the Boston area. He says, can you come down to DC, to New York for the day on Thursday? Now, I'm divorced. I'm eating graham crackers for supper because the cat and my son, who's a baby, have to eat first. So any piddly money I'm making is going to a mortgage, and I'm feeding the cat and I'm feeding my son. And I'm like, there's some saltines I can have. I'm sitting there and I'm all excited. And what do? I said, well, I don't know. Let me check my calendar. And I start crinkling paper like I'm flipping through paper and pages because I have a lot of work to do. And these people were getting rid of me in like 2 weeks. And I'm like, well, let me see. Because I thought, well, I want them to think I'm really busy and, important. In fact, now when somebody calls me, when I answer the phone, I'll say, who is it? I'm very important and I'm very busy. What do you want? No, I'm going through the papers, and I said, I can't make it down Thursday. I have a deadline. I didn't have a deadline. I said, and I go and I flip, I'm going through a daily planner. I didn't have a daily planner. I think it was like advertisements that came in the mail, and I'm like paging through them, and I get the phone down to it. And I said, how about Tuesday the 18th? And I can hear him flipping, and for all I know, he's flipping, I don't know. And he goes, I'm free that day. That would be a great day. I said, okay. So I went down. I was like, what? I got off the phone. I'm like, oh, what an asshole. I can't believe I did that. But, I was trying to let him think I was busy and, had to clear the decks. So I went to New York, and to show you how green I was, I showed up wearing like a shirt and tie and a blazer. Everybody is down there with ponytails and jeans, and I'm like, I look like the Xerox repairman. I'm carrying a briefcase that had like a gym sock, the newspaper, and half a bologna sandwich in it, And I'm just trying to look professional. And of course, I never made that mistake again. Every time I go down there, I, had a ponytail and all that stuff. But anyway, they bring me into an office, and they sat me down, and they said, here's what we want you to do. And they brought out all this material, and it was Batman. And I said, no kidding. They said, yeah, we want you to do Batman. And I said, I actually was emotional. I'm like, wow, perfect. It's so fitting. I said, of course. So I brought Batman home. I went down to New York just for the day. I left early in the morning. I left the house at like 6 o'clock in the morning, or 5 o'clock in the morning, got a 6:30 train, got there at like 10:30, 11 o'clock, did my business there, got on an afternoon train, and I was back home that night at midnight. My mother was still alive at the time, and she was pulling for me. She was always my biggest fan. And she, she was saying, you call me when you get back from New York. Call me when you. I called her at midnight, and I said, hey, Ma. And she goes, you're home? I said, I'm home. And, no cell phones in those days or anything. And she says, so what happened? And I said, they gave me Batman. I brought Batman home with me. She starts crying.
Oh, man.
And then up to the day she died, I had to keep telling her, Mom, stop telling people I am the Batman artist. I said, Mom, there's 1,000 people that work on these characters, She would go around and tell people that, well, he's the guy that does. I said, no, I'm not the guy that does Batman. There's a lot of guys more talented than me, and they are working on Batman and all these other characters. But she was, she was a typical mother, old Italian mother, and she was very, very proud that her son, who was almost a deadbeat dad, could pull himself up. And I'd have to say that I owe a lot to DC. They gave me a really good job. I was able to pay off the house and buy sports cars. I mean, I wasn't like mega wealthy or anything like that, but I was, I put my son through college. I was able to do stuff, and because I was in a bad way before all that, and I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do. I was supposed to be an art teacher, and that's what I went to art school first, and I went to college to get a degree. And in those days, they were pulling back on music and art, and I couldn't get a job, so I fell back on commercial art, and that was really tough. And I kind of got into that and wasn't happy with it. So, meeting up with my old art instructor from school and having him teach me about comics and all that stuff, it worked out. I mean, we never get there. We think that we're self-made. We never get there by ourselves. We always have help.
Of course.
People, society, civilization, we're like nylon mesh. We're all connected, and we all work with each other to get to what we are. Mm-hmm. And so anyway.
Agreed.
That's a very long answer to you. What's your favorite character?
Jim Lee ain't topping that Batman story. Jesus, he ain't got crap on. I mean, dude, like the fat Batman, like at the parade thing, dude, he ain't topping that. So it's just...
unfortunately that's etched into my brain. I can never unsee that. I mean, I can see his belly button through. I think he was wearing his wife's purple leotard or something, and I could see his navel, his belly button coming through the. That was harsh.
It's both horrible and awesome at the same time, because it's like when you're describing this, I'm like, dude, this sounds like one of the pieces of shit that we watch on this show. Like, this sounds exactly like you're in our wheelhouse, man. It's just like, bro, that's kind of our thing. So, yeah,
it happened.
I like it. I wish I want. I think what you need to do at some point, man, before like all of this stuff, because it gets lost to time and lost to age, like most of our memories do. I think you should sketch that out. Like, sketch out, like, to the best of your memory, like, what happened. I think that would be fucking hilarious.
I guess so, yeah. This poor little kid, he's all excited one day he could be Robin, and then he ends up holding a sponge on a float, and then Batman comes out, and middle-aged Robin, who's taller than Batman.
Dude, that should be your next comic as far as I'm concerned, man. Like, dude, that would kill. Just like the story of my Batman.
With the Marlboro cigarette box utility belt. Yeah.
Yes.
That was hard.
I would read that in a nanosecond, dude. So yeah, I'm in.
Well, maybe I'll adapt it somehow. So I'm working on the new Willie Weasley book. Willie Weasley goes, go to hell with Willie.
Okay. When is that due out? When is that due out?
God, when I finish it, I guess.
Good answer.
It's. I mean, I'm hit with deadlines all the time. It's like to work on something where, don't crowd me, man. No, I think I'd like to get it up to Amazon by March or April. There'll be.
Okay.
I'm going to
definitely this year.
Oh yeah, in a couple of months. Okay. I'm taking the book that I sent you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I sell that for a couple of bucks at conventions. Yeah, I'll sell that for a couple of bucks at conventions. But where I did that back in the 80s, and it's got a lot of 80 references, I want to get that on Amazon too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a new cover and make it look very 80s looking. And the title of that book is going to be Willie Weasley Screws Up the 80s.
Awesome.
And so if you come to a comic convention, and you have that book, you don't want to buy Screws Up the 80s. It's going to be essentially the same thing. And then I'm doing an adult coloring book, Willie Weasley adult coloring book. and I'm going to take some of the panels and some new illustrations and some parodies of things and put Willie Weasley in them. And it's going to be like a 25-page coloring book, and that'll be coming out this year too. So all of this stuff, you can't really find it on Amazon now unless you want to spend ungodly amount of money for that book I sent you, which don't do it. So if people are listening to this, maybe I'll tell you what, when the next book comes out in a couple of months, I'll send you guys all another copy.
Sweet.
And then maybe if you want to remind people, hey, we had this idiot on a few months ago. Here's this book. It's now on Amazon. Just for the heck of it, because I didn't know you guys. You have your books in front of you. One by one, what did I write to each one of you?
Oh.
Except, Willie, I didn't write to you.
I didn't sign mine. I feel left out.
Jimbo, what did I write?
Enjoy the book, not too much, though, Rick.
Okay, so there's a innuendo there. Kyle, what's yours say?
Enjoy the book. Just remember, there's no accounting for taste.
and Mark, what did I write in yours?
Mine says, "Hi, Mark. Enjoy the poster, Rick."
Okay, somehow I nailed that one.
That's perfect.
Somehow, I just have a feeling I nailed that one. And,
You did. That was a good one.
and show the poster. What's the poster, the pinup in the book?
Hang on a minute.
You have the pinup? Now, she's a character in the book. And if you've ever been to high school or work, isn't there always a bunny? Isn't there always somebody before you were married that was like somebody you just wanted to be with? And
Went home
every
and
time
masturbated
you made a move, it got pulled away from you a little bit more, or you'd make the wrong decision, and that's essentially what she is. He wants her so bad, and he files it up every single time.
Dope. I like him already.
Awesome.
Well, what the motto was I came up with was that where I watched a lot of guys, I've been around a lot of guys. You hang around with a bunch of guys, there's always one weasel in the pack.
Oh, of course.
So I used to say, if you hang around with a bunch of guys and you can't pick out the weasel in the pack, then you're the weasel.
That's true.
That's very true.
So, yeah, there's... yeah, okay. I guess it's you, Kyle. Because Kyle's sitting there and he's like, I don't know, there's no weasels in this crowd, and everybody's pointing to me. So, yeah, see, that's my theory. If you can't pick out the weasel in your crowd, you're probably the weasel.
So I have a very humble request for you, Rick.
Sure.
And you're not held to this by any measure, just an idea. If there's any way that you can work into one singular panel, like Willie Weasley walking past like a movie theater or something, and just work the word Dirtflix into it.
Well, that's easy.
Like just like on a marquee, like tonight showing Dirtflix, I'd be like, holy shit, we're in a comic book. That would be amazing. Dude, if you do that, I will send you a Dirtflix t-shirt on me.
Done.
Dude, if there was ever a comic book of Dirtflix in general, like we'd be X-rated.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Kyle, it's funny you say that. Years ago, I was going to San Diego Comic-Con every year. So one year I thought, I grabbed a bunch of these books, I put them in a backpack, and I thought, I'm going to go to one of the biggest distributors in the country. It wasn't Gemstone, it was somebody else. And again, I don't want to mention names. And I went up to him and I said, I got this Willie Weasley book, and I got a lot of them, and I can get you a lot more. Would you be interested in selling this?
Mm-hmm.
And he takes it and he looks at it, and he's thumbing through it, and he starts reading it, and he looked at every single page, and he says to me, well, he goes, no, I can't. And I said, why not? And he goes, well, it's not clean enough for me to put in the general section where kids can see it, and it's not dirty enough for me to put it in the X-rated section.
Damn.
And I said, well, I really don't want to do either one of those. I like it where he is. And he goes, I don't have a niche for that. And I said, you don't think it would sell? He goes, I don't want to take the chance. And I went, okay. Because every time somebody has read it, every time somebody has looked at it, they love it. It's just one of those things. But he's looking at it from a marketing perspective. I don't know where to put this. So he goes, I don't know where to place this. So he says, I don't think I can sell it. And I said, okay. So I turn around and I start leaving. And then he says, oh, by the way, I said, yeah. He goes, can I keep that issue? And I said, you want it? And he goes, my wife is going to love this.
What's the problem then?
Yeah. I was like, I said, but you can't sell it. He goes, oh my God, she's going to think this is hilarious. And I'm like, I said, yeah, everybody kind of does. Okay, whatever. So yeah, he didn't. But I, in the 80s, some of the stuff that people would say, some of the rejection letters I would get would say things like, well, he's not a good guy. He's a weasel. He's kind of a douche.
Yeah.
And there aren't any lead characters who are douchebags. And today, 2020, even back in the 90s, I thought I was ahead of the curve, because nowadays there are a lot of lead characters who are not so-called good guys.
Yeah.
And I guess there really weren't any lead characters back then. So I look at Willie Weasley as sort of a little ahead of his time, you know?
Yeah.
And as much of a douchebag he is, he always gets his comeuppance at the end. The stories always have a little bit of a surprise, a twist ending, and he always gets what's coming to him one way or the other by the end of the story. So yeah, he's a douchebag, but he never gets away with it.
So there's always karma always exists in the Willie Weasley world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of karma in Willie Weasley's world. Because there's a lot of karma in the real world. And
yes, there is.
Some people just don't, it doesn't matter how much time it hits them in the face, they don't get it. And so this book is dedicated to all those idiots out there.
Awesome.
So I have a lot more fun doing this because I have total control. I get to write it, get to draw it, you know, I get to edit it. I showed it to my editor at DC Comics, and I think I'm going to be putting reviews, quotes on the back of this book too, because now people know me and they know the character and stuff. And his was great. He reads it and he looks at me and he goes, "This is actually funny." You know, it's like, you know how people are, they'll either laugh or they don't laugh, or they'll say they don't laugh. They go, "This is fun." Here you go. "This is actually funny." And I say, "Can I quote you? Can I put that on the book?" He goes, "Oh yeah, yeah." So that's going on. As far as Dirty Comics go, Willie Weasley and I were at a comic convention in Boston one year, and I didn't know this guy was a scout. And he came up to me and he said that he was a scout from Brown University. Now, you know Brown University, I think it's in, Connecticut?
Yeah.
And, you know, I know I didn't have the grades to get in that. In fact, when I was going to school, when I was getting out of high school, I probably never even heard of Brown University. So that shows you how thick I was. And he says he's from Brown University. And he said, "Can I have a copy of, can I have 2 copies of Willie Weasley for Brown?" And I'm like, "What for?" And he said, "Well, we have a library that has a pop culture exhibition. And I want to see if it'll get into the exhibition." And I'm like, "It's not Mickey Mouse. It's not even Fritz the Cat." I said, "Really?" He goes, "Oh yeah." He goes, I read this." And he goes, I've been reading this. And he says, "I've been standing here reading it." And he goes, This is perfect." He goes, it's got all these 80s references." I said, "Well, I did it in the 80s." He goes, "No, this is a good character. I like this." And I was like, "Okay." And he took them, and I thought, okay, there's 2 issues I'll never, see again. And a couple of months later, I got a letter from Brown University. And on the envelope, it had the seal and everything, and I'd forgotten the whole thing. And I open it up, and I got this letter, and it's framed, It's hanging up right over there, and it's got the Brown University seal on the top. It looks like a certificate, like a degree, like you see in a doctor's office, and it says Brown University, and it says that that this certificate is giving to Rick Keene, and then big letters in the middle it says Willie Weasley with the Brown University seal on permanent display at in the library. And he had me sign it, and he said it would be there, forever. So I'm like, is this for real? So my editor at DC is a graduate of Brown. So I called him up and I said, is there a library? He goes, well, there's 2 libraries. And I said, really? I said, I told him the story. He goes, no, that's true. There's a whole exhibit. There's this whole thing, and you can go in and the stuff is there forever and it's permanent. And he said, Willie Weasley's there. And I said, yeah, Willie Weasley's there. And he goes, that's awesome. And I'm like, son of a bitch. I bet when I was getting out of high school, if I applied to Brown University, they never would have let me in the front door. But the stupid weasel gets in and gets a certificate and is there forever. So
That's awesome.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? So Willie Weasley, Brown University approved.
Jesus. Okay, wow. I really haven't done anything with my life. Jesus.
Neither have I. The weasel has.
More than I've done. I mean, geez, I created this. So it's like, by the way, if you want a quote for your book, like since you seem to like putting made-up quotes on the back, you can have one from the Dirtflix crew, and it'll be simple. This book is 100% garbage. Because that's what we call everything.
Yeah, I might have to think about that one. That's what we call
the pieces of shit that we watch on this show. Like, it has kind of like a rating that we do. It's just like how much garbage is that? Is that like pure garbage or just like kind of garbage? So
do you want me to have you as a quote rate Willie Weasley as pure garbage?
Yeah, like this is 100% pure garbage. You just put like the Dirtflix podcast.
Again, I'll put a pin in that, and I will think about it. You do have Dirtflix in one of the panels. I will do that. I got a couple of one-page filler stories I have to do to round out this book. I haven't drawn them yet. I was going to start drawing them this weekend. I will work in a street scene, or
a VHS tape. You could do that.
Well, one of them he's in a bar, so I could actually have YouTube and then Dirtflix up on the TV screen behind him. I'll get it in.
That'd be awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, and if it's not YouTube, it'll be Snooze Tube or something with the YouTube logo. I do variations of the names, so it'll be Snooze Tube and then Dirtflix.
Awesome.
I can do something like that. But
thank you. That would be amazing.
Nice.
So, since you like posters so much, Mark, you can look forward to the cover of the next.
Nice.
Mark likes that stuff, bro.
Apparently, I do too. I keep drawing it. I'm never alone.
That's all good. Well, Rick, it has been an absolute pleasure getting to talk to you and just like shoot the shit about comic book stuff. We're all geeks here. You're definitely in good company.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I'm
sure.
Thank you for letting me talk about this
problem.
weasel character.
Keep Willie and the rest of us posted on the progress.
I'll keep you in the loop. You have some books coming to you when they're when the next one's printed, and
nice.
I don't know if anybody. I'm on Instagram.
Okay.
Willie, what am I? I'm at RK Graphics.
Yeah, at
on
RK
Instagram.
Graphics.
ARKAY
Graphics.
GRAPHIX. RK Graphics. And I posted this past week. I posted a painting I did of George Harrison and a drawing of George Harrison. The painting I did when I was 17, 18 years old, and the drawing I did when I was 18, and it was his birthday this past week. And I'm getting people from all over Beatle fans, George Harrison fans, his ex-wife, Patty Boyd, her fan, all these people coming out of the woodwork. So I'm thinking, the heck with Willie Weasley. I just need to post some more Beatle pictures and get some more followers that way.
Apparently so.
Yeah.
Figure out your niche, bro. Like that's the hardest part.
So I am on Instagram, and I guess if anybody wants to email me, I'm at RK, again, ARKAY, 699 at gmail.com. And I answer all my email as long as it's not a threat.
Don't worry, those only come to us.
No. I did get a threat. I got a threat.
Oh,
wow.
Yes, I got a threat. If you want to hear the story before I go, I'd be glad to tell you. Or
sure.
Just go with that. I got.
Yeah, sure.
So I was doing the job for about, I don't know, must have been 7 or 8 years. And I was restoring a lot of different work, but they were also reprinting and recoloring a lot of other stuff. And this was before the internet was the internet we know now. If you remember the internet back when it had user groups, so it was either like really bad web pages or user groups.
Yep.
So there was a comics user group, and I got a call one morning from the editor I was working for at the time. And he said, listen, there's a guy online who's out to get you. And I said, what's going on and why are you telling me what's happening? And he said, well, he goes, we have legal people who, one of the things that they do is they scour the web all day for, DC infringement and stuff like that. And he said, there's a guy in a user group that wants to get you because he doesn't like your work. And I said, well, okay. I said, he goes, are you aware of this? And I said, no, because you guys told me, and it's true, never go looking online for a review of yourself or your books, because there'll be people who love you, and if you believe that, you're wrong, that they think you're great, you're not, or they think you suck and you don't. So you just don't read it, because it can either give you a big head, or it can give you, it can ruin your day.
Yeah.
So I said, no, I never go looking. I don't want to read that stuff. So they said, well, they were wondering if it was a gag, if it was somebody you knew. I said, no, I don't know anything about this. And he says, okay, so they were concerned. So if you want them to handle it, they'll handle it. And I said, no. I said, I'll tell you what, when I get off the phone, let me go look at it and read it. And if it's really threatening, yeah, maybe I'll have you do something. If not, I said, I'll check it out myself. So I went and I read it. And this guy was just trashing the hell out of me by name and listing all these books and how I did everything wrong. So I went into the user group and I said, hi, this is Rick. I said, isn't there anything I can say to make you like me? And he wrote me back.
Yeah.
And he gave me like a numbered list. I said, why don't you and I asked him, give me a list of everything that's bugging you. And I said, I will address each one one by one, because I can do the work. Yeah. I hand it in. It goes through an editor. It goes through production. In those days, I was just doing the black line work. It gets colored by somebody. There's a lot of people that, after I deal with it. So I went down the list, and everything that he listed, I had nothing to do with. It was either something that was done before I showed up. It was something that was done by somebody else. It was nothing that I had done. And I told him as such. I said, look at the credits in the book. I'm not in that book. I work with that line of books, but I didn't do that particular book. Blah, blah. I went down the whole line. And he told me how concerned he was, because he wanted his children to grow up and read the same comics that he had read. And he was afraid that I was messing it up for him. I said, I had nothing to do with those. And I said, I'll tell you what, here are some titles that I did work on. Go look at them and get back to me if you think I messed those up. And I never heard from him again.
Wow.
But the thing is, when you're doing something that is open to the public, and you guys know what I'm talking about because you guys have a really successful YouTube channel here. Willie tells me that. No, you have a successful YouTube channel. Look,
We do?
I checked it. Oh, you have a lot. Look, I'm going by the followers. You guys have a lot of followers, and that's a sign of success. I mean, deal with it. You have some followers, but if you're doing something creative, and especially with the internet these days, no matter where you are on the street doing something creative, there's going to be somebody around the corner who's going to rip you off or put you down.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just the way it is. Back in 98, 99, 2000, for about 3 years, I was doing artwork for Van Halen. And I didn't get paid for it because I was like, no, I don't want to get, they weren't going to pay me anyway, but they asked me to do this artwork for them, for their website and stuff. And, I was talking mostly through a friend of Eddie Van Halen's, and Eddie and his brother would approve or disapprove or make comments on the artwork. And I had a ball. I loved doing that stuff. And it was up to me to figure out what illustrations I was going to do and work in one of their versions of their logo, either the Sammy Hagar era logo or the David Lee Roth era logo. And I had a blast doing that. And I ended up doing an animation for them. And I went to Las Vegas and I played bass on stage at the Four Queens. And oh my God, I had such a great time. I mean, how could I take money for this? So instead, I would get to do stuff like that. Or I could get to go to Van Halen sound checks. Or I did a version of the band drawn as the Simpsons, as if somebody from the Simpsons drew them. And they had that hanging up in their studio. And I did a painting of Valerie. He was married to Valerie at the time, and I painted her as like a dominatrix with a whip with the Eddie Van Halen stripes on it and all this stuff, and a black shiny bikini and stuff. And I sent a copy of it to Eddie, and he kept one, and then he wrote all over one of them and signed it, and I got it framed hanging up. And Michael Anthony signed another thing. And that's why I did the artwork, because I was such a fan of Van Halen, and I was getting all this stuff in return. So I get an email one day, and all this artwork that I had been doing for Van Halen, somebody was downloading from their website and having it printed on mirrors and ashtrays and lighters.
Wow.
And they were selling it as like on a store on eBay.
Oh, wow.
So I got this notification, and I'm like, look, what do you want me to do about it? I don't get paid for this stuff. I said, have the band. I mean, if this guy is selling this stuff, he's not stealing money from me, he's stealing money from the band.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, they don't want to really get involved yet, but is there something you could say? I'm like, oh, crying out loud. So I'm like, yeah, why not? So I emailed the guy, and whoever you are, I hope you're watching now.
Oh, he's not. Trust me.
I wrote him an email, and I said, look, they record, Van Halen records for Warner Brothers. You don't want to get the Warner Brothers lawyers involved in this. So I think it'd be a good idea if you stopped selling my artwork with their logo on your merchandise.
Yeah.
And he said, oh, gee, I'm sorry. I didn't know I was doing anything wrong. Right. So he took the stuff down, and he probably was selling it at flea markets and yard sales or whatever, or trunk of his car or whatever. Yeah. But he stopped doing it. But yeah, that's another example of you do something and someone else is ready to profit off of it, and you're the one that did all the hard work.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Luckily, to my knowledge, no one has ripped what we do off here, and if they haven't been any more successful at it than we are. So at least like if they're doing it, at least they're sucking as bad as we are. So it's like it's okay. I mean, as long as they're not like upstaging us, it's like, the real Dirtflix. It's like, all right, wait a second, motherfucker. Like, no.
Well, if you ever get Kyle on camera with his latest purchase, people aren't going to mess with you guys.
No. Right? No, they know, dude, his name's Crazy Kyle. So it's just like, no. We're ready for the zombie apocalypse on this podcast, buddy.
Well, Kyle is now my muscle. So if anybody, listen to all you people, you mess with me, you mess with Kyle. Okay?
That's right. I got you, bro. Trust me.
Yeah.
I'm going to put Kyle on you.
You got it, bro. Well, we have an actual movie to watch too. That
I will not hold you up any longer. This has been fantastic. You guys are awesome.
I've had a blast.
Rick, thank you so much. We are definitely going to have you back. If you'd like to come back when the book comes
I would
out,
love to. I would love to do that.
and we can talk some more
We
comics.
can all read it along together.
Dude, we can. We can do the little bell thing, for storybook time when you listen.
We
to
can
it, you like
turn
bell,
the
we
page.
turn the page.
Right.
Yeah, we can do that.
And if anybody needs any of the difficult parts explained, we can explain it. Yeah.
Like, turn the page.
I can't believe we're going to be in a comic book. This is amazing.
I'll do what I can.
Thank you for that alone, dude. Like seriously, thank you for the book. I'm looking forward to reading it.
Yeah,
But
same here.
thank you 100 times over for
Thank
putting
you
us
guys. I
in a
can't
comic
thank you
book.
enough. This has been great. You guys are
dude.
great. Really like you guys. I really love you guys. Thank you.
Thank
Man,
you.
It's been awesome.
Thanks.
All right.
All
Well,
right.
we
You
will
guys
bid
take care.
Rick, good night. Thanks, brother. You take it
You
easy.
too.
Keep us posted. We'll post your Insta and all that other stuff on the feed.
You're right.
Check him
All
out.
right.
Thanks,
Yeah,
buddy.
the show notes. Thank you. Take care, guys. Good night.
Later, brother.
Night.
Adios.
Good night.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I think that was like the trailers when you go to see the movie and then like you finish, you're just like, oh yeah, there's a movie too.
Yep.
Like after all that, you're just like, oh yeah, like after like 30 minutes of trailers, you're like, oh shit, there's a movie. Like, wow, they didn't charge extra for the trailers. So
And then when you watch the movie, you realize it sucks balls.
yeah, you're like, can we go back to the trailers, please? So it's like, dude, I'll tell you one thing, man. I don't remember what the fuck piece of crap I was watching, but I remember the trailer that came on before it, and it was fucking snakes on a plane.
Yeah.
That is the best reaction to any trailer I've ever seen. Like, dude, the place went nuts when that fucking trailer hit, and the movie was so bad at the end. Some dude in the crowd was like, "Put snakes in a plane back on." I was like, "Yeah," like what he said, man. That was better than this piece of shit. So I don't remember what it was. I honestly don't. But I'm the host of Dirtflix. One of the hosts. So it's obviously I don't mind.
Derp.
It's what we do. Well, Willie, thanks for getting Rick to hang out with us, man. That was super cool.
Yeah, thanks, bro.
Yeah,
That was
man.
awesome.
Dude, we're gonna be in a comic book. I mean, not like us, but like this
it's like
thing that
epic.
we're involved with. So we're kind of in it vicariously. But how we should really do it, man, is to be like him flipping through shit, and he gets to MST3K. And he's like, nah, those guys aren't really funny. Then he flips over to Dirtflix, like, no, these guys are funny. He's like, yes, yes, we are fucking funnier. God damn it, we are way less classy. That's why we're funnier than they are. Because we're not afraid to tell fart and dick jokes and talk about Willie.
That's right. Yeah, he's he really didn't want to show himself for the longest time because of all because of all the problems he's had with crazy people threatening him and stuff like that. So he's starting to be a little bit more relaxed.
Yeah, dude. Just tell him, like, come over to our shit. Like, people make fun of
yeah.
us all the time, and we're like, whatever.
We make fun of each other.
Really?
Fun.
He's,
Like,
a,
I mean,
really,
dude, if
he's a
someone-
really fun person to hang around with.
He seems like it.
Yeah.
Oh, he is.
He does.
He's really fun.
Seems very down to earth too.
Yeah, dude. He seems like a cool dude. Plus, that was an epic Batman story.
Oh, yeah.
Like, dude, you know what I want to see? I want to see him, like, get that animated.
Yes.
Like into a little like couple minutes thing and have him tell the story over like as the narrator.
Yes.
Like, it's like, so there I am, 12 years old, and then Batman shows up and I look at his utility belts and it's fucking Marlboro cigarette. Dude, that would be the greatest story ever. I'd be like, this is amazing. Like if
It'd be an awesome
Netflix were a
animation.
fucking anecdote, it would be this.
There are stories he's told me that you would freaking lose your shit over.
Oh, we
That
gotta
would
get
be
him back to
so
tell more of that.
funny to have animated with him
Yeah.
telling a story in the background.
Yeah.
It would go viral, some of the stuff he's told me.
All right, we're gonna pick Rick's brain for story time next time. Then we got to get him to tell another one.
Oh, yeah, he's got
So
some
that
good
was-
ones.
We'll pull up on the dirt-colored carpet and be like, "All right, story time."
Story time.
Yep, I love storytelling. Yeah, I mean, it's like, dude, my advice to Rick and to anyone in his position, I mean, it's think about if we get like a troll, which we do, by the way. We get troll comments on Dirtflix all the time, which I think is the most hilarious thing in the world. It's like, guys, we're watching this piece of shit on purpose, and you think a bad comment is going to offend us. Seriously? Like, we're intentionally throwing ourselves on the fucking celluloid grenade. And you think, like, man, you guys are stupid. It's like, you really think that that's going to bother me? Like, seriously? It's like, I just sat through this 90-minute piece of shit. It took me like 3 seconds to read your stupid comment. You know what it almost always is? Just show the movie. I love to.
Just show the movie.
I treat those with humor, though, dude. I'm just like, well, I mean, thanks for watching anyways. Like, you know, it's like, thanks for, like, hanging out this far. You know, if you want, you can watch this and watch the movie, and I give them the link. I'll be like, here's where we watched it. So Mark looks like he's on PEDs, or has he been bench pressing 2 toothpicks at a time? Mark, you're getting called out, bro.
Yeah,
You gotta get more swole.
I know.
Yeah,
Need to eat more protein.
and not Jason Vector swole, like actual swole.
Oh yeah. Well, he's fat, so.
Mark is my favorite person right now. Oh my God.
I call him that every day. I call him.
Mark is the fucking sleeper, dude. It's just like where I was like, what the fuck's this guy gonna do? And then he just like lays them out, like fucking just lets out a finger and it's just like, bam, see? Tight white vagina hurts. He had to block me. All right. All right. Jay Boone's got a really good one. Some of my best memories are watching bad shit with friends. Keep watching bad shit. Jay Boone knows what's up. Because I've told this on camera before, guys, but that is literally what gave me the idea to do this. Because me and my friends would do this before YouTube existed. We would just do this for fun. You know, without an audience, we just kind of make each other laugh. And I'm just like, well, maybe somebody else will find this funny. And, well, here we are.
And no one finds it funny.
And all right, Mr. Tight White. Mr. Tight White has the comment of the night right now. What's the link? Like, show the movie, you idiot. I love 1 and I love 2. I need 3 in my life. Oh my God. All right. So the movie you're watching, guys, I'm not sure if you guys noticed. I think this is the first time this has ever happened on Dirtflix. All right. So it's not some Party Massacre 3, but I'm at least wearing the shirt from the fucking franchise. You know, this is the first movie. It's the best I could do. Sorry. I got this just for this show. This shirt just came out from Fright Rags, who isn't paying me to say that. They're honestly not. I just love their fucking shirts. So I saw this and I was like, dude, hang on. Let me get the fucking mic out of the way. I mean, look at this. It's a fucking drill coming up through the pizza.
Oh, yeah.
And a bunch of just like, oh, you know, it's like, dude, we're going to watch a movie with a guy, the Driller Killer. That is the best name ever for any 80s slasher movie. Dude, it fucking rhymes, man. You know how hard that is to do? Okay. So I found this on YouTube. I've already checked this in advance, guys. All right. So don't let the runtime on this throw you off, because I think what they did was they put the movie in there twice back to back. So it's like 3 hours and 13 minutes. But I went through and just perused, and it does have a beginning, middle, and end, and it is in English. So I think we're good. It's by, if you type in Slumber Party Massacre 3 comedy, I'm pretty sure there's only one entry for that comedy? Shit. Yeah, just you'll understand.
Well, I've got it up, and I got to piss like a motherfucker.
Yeah, I know, me too.
It's 3 hours and 13 minutes and 47 seconds.
That is the one.
All right.
Willie, if you would, since you got it in front of you, can you dump that link into the chat, please?
Yep, I would do that.
Into the stream chat, not the Facebook chat.
Okay.
I'm just not saying you're stupid. I'm just clarifying. The nostalgia factor beats you to it. I love the black chick eating pizza on top of the dead body. There's a black chick eating. Oh my God,
there is. Depend on me, because
dude. He just noticed something about my shirt that even I didn't notice.
What? It's not washed?
Let me get. Motherfucker, it's just out of the dryer.
What's that big old spot?
You noticed the black chick eating pizza on the dead body. I didn't even see that.
Oh shit! Yeah,
right there. I didn't
yeah.
even see that. That's amazing, dude.
That's awesome.
The one chick's on the phone. Like, oh my God!
Now go wash the shirt, man.
It literally just came out of the dryer, dude.
You got a big old stain on it.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, it's because I had a boner earlier. All right. I saw it in the movie, bro. Okay, well, that's okay. Okay, I got to take a piss, dude. Give me a second. 20 minutes.
Come on, load up. Jeez. Oh, I need a new computer. I'm sick of this damn computer. Come on, load up. Come on.
All right, let me refresh my beverage. All right, Mark, you're in charge. You got to take over and talk to people.
Oh. All right. Waiting for this thing to pause. All right. So it's Ryan Carway. Okay. So yeah, so the movie is by Ryan Carway. You're looking on YouTube. It's right there. Yeah, that's gonna focus. Come on, focus. Yeah, so that's the thumbnail of the chick looking there. In case anyone needs to look it up on their phone like I am. So, Will, are you looking up on your phone, or are you watching it through your computer?
Watch it on the computer.
Okay. Because I was just putting the thumbnail of what it looks like, because I'm using my phone.
Oh, fuck. Woo.
Is that no, that's the same link. Okay.
I love how we mentioned Jason Vectric's name and he just like shows up like that.
It's like Beetlejuice.
That was the funniest part. It's
Yeah,
like he was summoned like Genie or some shit.
Oh, he's Beetlejuice.
Or Candyman.
Or Candyman.
Yeah.
I still have to watch that. I was actually going to watch that last night, and I ended up getting sidetracked.
It's so fucking overrated, man. Like it's like it's
is.
okay, but it's like is it Clive Barker's best work? No. Not even close, dude. Like Lord of Illusions is probably his best movie.
Oh, that's a good movie.
That's a good one. Like, dude, the original Hellraiser gets all the hoopla and shit. Dude, the original Hellraiser is boring as fuck.
Oh my God, I fell asleep to the original one.
What's
I heard
that?
you told me the second one was good, though, right?
The second one is 8 million times better than the first one.
Yeah, I gotta watch that one.
The first one is just like a fucking snore fest, dude. Oh, I mean,
It's good. With,
it was like groundbreaking with the subject matter and shit. Like it had potential, but it was just the pacing was so slow. Oh.
Yeah, I thought so too. I had to sit there and watch it 3 times. I kept falling asleep.
I know, me too, dude. I was just like, I just want this to end right now. Mark
Thanks,
to star in the new Nightmare on Elm Street with the gray eyebrow patch. Gray eyebrow patch? What? Gray eyebrow patch. Oh, dude, I didn't even see that. Hellraiser Blasphemy. Dude, fight me. Hellraiser 1, stop. Hellraiser 2, much better. Hellraiser 3, good, but not as good as part 2. Hellraiser 4, piece of shit. Hellraiser 3 was good, though, because fucking Anthrax was in it. That part was awesome, but, other than that, nah.
Phantasm was a good one.
Dude, Phantasm is a movie series where it's one of the few examples where the sequel is head and shoulders above the original. Phantasm 2 is 800,000 times better than Phantasm 1.
Yep, I agree with that.
That is like the perfect fucking sequel, dude.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's the same two dudes. Like, you just fast forward like 15 years or whatever, you know, the kid's grown up and shit, and they're literally fucking hunting this dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a totally different movie from the first one, but in the best way possible. It's good because it's like, think about this. It's like Evil Dead 2. Evil Dead 2 is way better than Evil Dead 1. Anyone who says differently is an idiot. Evil Dead 2.
I saw the first one.
Mark.
Bruh.
Bro.
You've not seen Evil Dead 2.
Okay, well, spoilers. Evil Dead 2 is basically just a remake of Evil Dead 1, which doesn't make any sense because it's like, why is Ash going back to the cabin when he basically died? It's almost like it didn't happen. So it's like, it's basically a remake. Like, they're like, okay, so Dino De Laurentiis gave us like $300,000, so we actually have money to make this movie. So we're just going to make the same movie over again, but we have a budget this time that's more than $20. So it's the same movie. They just kind of amped it up, and they're just like, you know, we can hire like an actual special effects technician and stuff like that. Like, we can actually get guys who actually know what they're doing.
I love the special effects in that movie.
It's no CG bullshit, dude. They did it all for real.
Yeah, I love the effects in that movie.
Dude, one of the funniest thing, there's a lot of funny shit in that movie. So that's the other thing, Mark, is that Evil Dead 2 is basically a comedy.
Okay.
Like, it's,
I mean, I think horror movies
it is horror.
They're-
It's definitely horror, don't get me wrong, but it's a dark comedy because it's like, there's horror stuff much in the vein of the first one, but there's also really funny shit in it too.
Yeah.
Like, some things that are intended to be funny and some things that are unintentionally funny. Like, the funniest thing in the movie to me was that when he's going into the tool shed and the freaking chick comes out with a chainsaw, the noise that thing makes when the little dummy's like that, for some reason that just fucking lays me out every single time. I'm just like, I don't know why this is funny, but this is hilarious because it's like a little puppet on a stick like doing this, and I'm like, this is fucking awesome. So yes, you need to see Evil Dead 2, dude. That is a must see. And then watch Army of Darkness.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Like
watch
that
Ash
again,
versus
one of the
Evil
few
Dead.
examples
That's still on
where
Netflix?
the third movie is the best one. The third movie is always the worst movie in any trilogy. Almost always is the worst movie. But in this, no, because Army of Darkness, they have a real budget, like millions of dollars.
Yep.
And it takes place literally where Evil Dead 2 leaves off. The second it leaves off, Army of Darkness picks up.
And then watch Ash
So it's
versus Evil Dead.
Yeah.
Then.
Oh, I
then
love
watch
that on
Ash vs.
Netflix,
Evil Dead.
man.
Even though technically in the Ash vs. Evil Dead universe, Army of Darkness doesn't exist because that belongs to Universal, not to Renaissance Pictures. So that you never notice they never mentioned it.
Mm-hmm.
That he never went back in time and all this other shit. Like, that's because they can't, because legal shit. So that's okay though. It'll all make sense, bro. Don't worry about it. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. So I am just about ready to start this fucking world-class turd. I don't think we've actually watched the original on here. We've watched part 2. Part 2 was the one where Chuck was on, where we surprised Kyle for his birthday. And that guy had that guitar thing with the drill. That was part 2.
Okay.
I don't think we watched part 1 because the weird thing is I always get this fucking franchise mixed up with Sorority House Massacre because it's basically the same movie. I mean, it really is. I mean, there's one word difference basically in the title. You know, it's like, come on.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, it's basically the same
That's
shit.
probably why I thought we saw the first one. It's probably that. That's the movie we probably watched.
They're the same movie, dude. It's fucking garbage. Same shit, different toilet. I mean, that's the truth.
It's a clogger.
Yeah. Just which one's a bigger turd?
Get the stick and stir it up.
All right, let me get to 0. I'm sorry.
Oh,
It's
I'm at
picking
1
up where I
second.
left
Oh,
off.
it's not
when I
on
was
0 this time?
checking it out.
I'm on 1 second, man.
Can you go to where it's 2 seconds where it says Concord Presents? Just
2
because
seconds.
I'm at 2
guys, it
seconds.
gives us a visual cue. Okay, it says Concord Presents. It's easier for everybody to line up.
Yep, Concord Presents. I'm looking right at it.
Right there,
I'm on
front
2 seconds.
in Capcom blue.
Capcom Blue.
You ever notice how their white letters always had kind of a blue tinge to it? That was like in their arcade games. It was like white, but it had that kind of like blue hue around it. It was like Capcom's trademark. It's what I use to tune monitors, bro.
Really?
Yes. Like I'll just plug in a Capcom board and I'm setting my white. If I want to set the blue correctly, it's like I know what the Capcom blue is supposed to look like, so that's like my benchmark.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I mean, it's
interesting.
You need to have something, right? So I'm like, I know what this is supposed to look like. So, okay. Kyle, good to go?
Yep.
Got your snacks?
Yep.
Must be nice to have those.
Why? Because of your
I
damn, what is it? Carnivore diet?
Yes, I've got 4 days left. So snacks are pretty much non-existent, bro, because name one snack that comes from an animal that's not beef jerky.
You got me on that one.
Yeah, you got me on that one
Like
too.
pork rinds, maybe, but I don't like those. So
No, pork rinds are gross.
yeah, like beef jerky, sure, but I'm not going to sit
I
there
love
and stuff my
beef
face with it.
Of course, the stuff you've been cooking looks
Fucking
pretty good,
expensive,
man.
bro.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the food I'm eating is fine, but it's like it basically removes your ability to snack because you don't have options. So,
Get you a handful of bacon bits.
dude, I know this is going to sound really weird. It is very possible to get tired of bacon.
No,
What?
that's sacrilege.
You fucking traitor.
Try it. I'm not swearing it off. I'm just saying, like, if you have it enough, you're like, okay, I want something else. It's just, it like everything else, man, it gets old. Where you're just like, I need a break from this. I never thought I could say that about bacon, but no, it's just like everything else, man. You have it often, you're like, no, not today. So I'm probably not going to eat bacon for like the next 3 weeks after this is done. I'm just like, no,
No, wow.
I'm done. I'm taking a break from the bacon. I'm probably taking a break from burgers. Like, it's just like, I can only eat so much of this stuff, man, where I need a break. So it's like, I want something else. I want variety, God damn it. So, all right. We are at 2 seconds where it says Concord Presents. Getting ready to start this piece of fucking turd.
It's going to be epic.
Right back into the toilet where it belongs, because that's what we do. We're the curators of cinema toilets. All right. So we're like the weird guy. We're the weird guys hanging out in the cinema bathroom. They come in there. We're like watching a movie in the fucking stall. We're like, huh? What are you doing here? Hey, like, you're not allowed in here. All right. Counting down from 5 when I say go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Oh God, what are we getting into now? Wow, that title. Jesus Christ.
Spare no expense.
Yeah, this one apparently is the lowest rent of the 3. And the
So
other
it's gonna be
2
the
weren't
best.
exactly like Citizen Kane. So Britain Fry. This sounds like fucking porn stars.
Oh yeah.
David Greenlee.
Also starring
David Green Tea.
Who are these stupid bitches?
What the heck is this?
Hey, Maria Ford.
This is a high school project?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Like,
I was just reminded to tell you guys about something. Guys, if you eat enough bacon, there have been times when I've had like burps throughout the course of the day, and every single one of them tasted like bacon. I'm talking like 6 hours after I ate it.
oh, wow.
Seriously. Like where I haven't had anything else, like it's like I've had other food and stuff, and it's like my body is still processing the bacon where I have a burp. It's like, holy, that tastes exactly like bacon. That's I mean, it's a thing, dude. It gets old. Believe me, it does. I'm never gonna swear off bacon though, Kyle. Come on, bro. Really? No. It's never gonna be a permanent no. It's just gonna be like, I'm taking a little bacon vacation right now. I'm gonna go eat something else.
Seems like you need some Roy Rogers in your life.
Dude, you know how bad I want some goddamn Roy's fried chicken now? Like I can eat chicken, but I can't have it fried because that's not animal. So
No.
I got to eat it bare. I can have rotisserie chicken because that's just bare
Yeah.
chicken, but dude, it's not the same as fried chicken, bro.
Rotisserie's still good.
Yeah, it is. Like I've had quite a few over the last month. Rotisserie's good, but dude, it's not fried chicken. It's just not the same.
Yeah.
Because if it were as good, nobody would fuck with rotisserie.
I bumped into the cameraman.
I know, dude. They fucked up the shot.
She's got a crab in her pants.
Dude, this is already the worst turd I've ever seen. This is like a fucking TV movie.
Yeah, that's what it reminds me
Don't
of.
worry, people. Don't worry, Kyle. People are going to die. I've already checked.
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry about it, bro.
Ain't nothing worse than that fucking corn movie.
No. I mean, dude, think about it. It's only onward and upward from that. Like, now we have a rock bottom.
The only movie that was never finished by Dirtflix.
Rock bottom.
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be a bottom somewhere. So it's like, all right, it can't be any worse.
Excuse me, guys.
Oh, this guy looks like a winner.
He looks like the local Coke dealer.
Yeah. Hey, man, want to buy some meth?
Looks like River Phoenix is
Hey, baby.
retarded.
Actually,
cousin.
he looks like he's about to go shoot up a school.
Yeah.
Like that. He's like, look at that motherfucker.
crap.
That's some Columbine shit right there.
Yeah. It's like, who to kill first?
We need to kill them all. They made fun of us, man.
We'll make them. We'll make them pay.
We'll make them pay. We'll show them.
Yeah,
Pussy.
we'll show them.
These chicks are still in school.
Shouldn't they be in class?
Dude, where were the chicks like this when I was in school? Jesus Christ.
Woohoo! Must be on spring break.
I know.
Oh.
Oh, damn, right in the dick.
Oh man. Bought it a dick.
I have to show him my ass. Whoa, is that fucking Slater? He's like, "What's up, Preppy?" So Mr. Tightwhite says, I tried to watch it for 10 minutes and it's such a blurry, shitty standard definition transfer. I decided to order the DVD for $12 on eBay. Damn. Someone actually paid to watch this piece of shit. Yeah, we're definitely since the Philo app is free, we're gonna have to start working through the Full Moon catalog, Kyle, since they have a ton of shit on Philo that's all free, like the Puppet Masters, the Trancers movies. We could do Dirtflix to the end of the fucking decade just on that app. We have that much shit to get
what
through.
app?
Yeah.
Which app?
I'm sorry, not Philo. Tubi.
Tubi? Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing that sucks about Tubi, man, is the commercials.
I know. But that's okay. They have us.
Yeah.
We're the entertainment, man. We'll just be like, so back to story here. Yeah. What we'll have to do with Tubi, man, we'll have to come up with a game that we.
At that point.
We'll have to come up with a game that we play during commercials, or something like that. Something painful, like
I don't even know how long
not
the
Bean
commercials
Boozled,
are
but something
on
like
TV.
that.
I haven't gotten a chance to watch anything on there.
Cruising the
Damn
damn
laser
convertible.
What, on Tubi?
Yeah, I always watch Laserdisc, and I haven't watched a thing on Tubi yet.
Bro, Tubi is like vintage Saturday morning cartoon heaven.
Oh yeah, I mean, the only thing I watched so far was Unsolved Mysteries.
Dude, that's my show.
Yeah,
I love me some freaking Robert Stack, man. I'm all about it. Good show. You're still watching all the wrong movies on Laserdisc, though, bro. God, I feel like I've taught you nothing.
What do you
wanna
mean? I
see
watched.
one post where you're just watching a piece of shit on Laserdisc, like a fucking turd. I'm gonna have to send you one.
They were cheap, and they were free.
That's true. Yeah, the good movies are actually really cheap on Laserdisc.
Yeah,
the shitty movies.
that's why I got them.
Who would have thought?
Well, The Shining was good on Laserdisc. I enjoyed that one.
It's too good of a movie.
Yeah, I know.
It's too good, bro. Like, if you're gonna watch a Stephen King movie on Laserdisc, watch Maximum Overdrive.
Maximum Overdrive.
That was a fucking turd, man. The one and only time that Stephen King has ever directed a movie, and when you watch it, you're like, "This is why."
Yeah.
Like, just stick to writing, bro. Leave the directing to the professionals. Whoa, bitch and tape deck, chick.
Oh man.
What in the hell?
Her
Oh, he's
car's
got the
attacking
drill.
her?
He's got the drill, bro.
Yeah.
Drill her through the seat. Do it.
You gotta fix this headrest here.
Dude, she's totally being screwed over.
Oh, God. Whoa, dude. Yes.
Oh man.
He's pumping her for information. Talk, bitch, talk. I love like the shredding guitar solo when he's like doing it. Like, yeah, man, he's got a theme song. This looks like a fucking episode of 90210 or something, man.
Yeah.
Jeez. Dude, Mr. Tight White is definitely one of us. Tubi has introduced me to so much B-movie heavenly hot garbage, I owe my life to it. Fuck yeah, man. You're one of the crowd, bro. I want Mr. Tight White to come and hang out with us every time we do this show.
Yeah, me too.
Sorry, Shallot. Shallot's been demoted. Mr. Tight White is the new sheriff in town, bro. Just saying. Dude, I knew a guy who had one of those cars. Jesus Christ, he was an asshole.
This is definitely like the beginning of a shitty sitcom.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're here to watch it. Well, somebody's got to. So are these chicks, aren't they kind of old to have a slumber party?
I don't know. What are they, like 17 or?
They look like they're 30, man. Like, come on.
Oh yeah, but
Maybe they're playing 17, but I'm not buying it. That's a bunch of bullshit, man.
Probably what, seniors in high school?
I mean, sure. Damn, dude, he's got another bitch, man. He didn't even wait for her to leave. Hey, baby. Oh, it's going to be. Don't worry. Jesus. If I ever had to
Wednesday, Friday.
if I ever had to describe douchebag to someone, I think I'd just tell them what this dude looks like.
They should have him as the douchebag meme.
Yeah. Has everyone on the team here watched 1 and 2 at least? We watched 2 on the show. That's an older episode, Dirtflix. I don't think we've watched part 1. I honestly don't remember.
I don't remember seeing part 1. I
don't think we did. We watched the sleepaway camps. We've watched Sorority House Massacre, but I don't think we watched the first one of these. Not that I recall, but one is amazing. Is it really?
What the hell?
I thought 2 was pretty incredible. Man. It was like a fucking musical. Yeah, that guy doesn't look like a date rapist at all.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, he's gonna Cosby her ass.
Uh-huh.
I got this drink here that I thought you might like. Try it. It's gonna make you feel good. I'm gonna go, jerk off in the bathroom. The killer is great. One. All right, we're gonna have to watch part 1 then, man. If the killer is great and the chicks are ultra hot, all right, I'm in. Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm in too.
Yeah. Mark's always down for hot killers and hot chicks.
Mm-hmm.
He knows how to handle those bitches.
Hot chicks. Get us. Uh-huh.
Sounds like you said a nice ass.
I mean, he's not wrong. Oh, wow. Nice answering machine. Wow, dude, your mom's a fucking cunt. Jesus. I hope you're not making a mess. What is she, fucking 5? Jesus. She's practically an adult. You're like, you're making a mess? Oh, yeah, Mom, because that's what I'm doing. Like, thanks a lot, bitch.
Push
now
the
that you
lotion
mention
on
it,
the skin.
I'd love to get my balls licked. I would, dude. I thought he was gonna hit her for a second. Damn.
Oh, geez, that guy's a weirdo.
Come on, let's get to it. Come on, we got a quota to meet here. Oh, for crying out loud!
Didn't even put any soap on that.
Dude. Joe Bob Briggs would be pissed. Since he has a breast count for every movie, he'd be like, yeah, that's bullshit. Dude, you know what this looks like? This looks like fucking Night Trap.
Yeah.
It kind of does, don't it?
Yeah, it does.
Looks like what?
Night Trap.
Night Trap.
No,
Look
yeah.
at that living room, dude. Tell me that
Oh,
don't
yeah,
look like
definitely.
Night Trap. Someone needs to do a Kickstarter and make a movie of Night Trap.
Oh, wow.
We need to remake it, but set it in
that
the
would be
80s.
great.
That would be amazing.
And they need to make a movie of this, like Night Trap.
I know.
How you're like control the killer.
Dude, you know what they really need to do? We need someone to make a movie out of Dirtflix, and I can tell you the exact plot. We get pulled into a fucking dirt movie.
Oh, jeez.
Like,
We never make it
into
out
the
alive.
fucking screen and shit, and they were just like, oh my God, we're actually in this piece of crap.
Dude,
And
I
we're like
like
interacting with the chicks. They're just like, hey, we're going to have a party. And we're just like, you're going to die in 5 minutes, and it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
So,
Dude, I'd totally star in that for sure.
fuck yeah, because we can play ourselves.
Oh man, that Jordan needs
Like,
WD-40.
Instead of saving the day, like Cal's gonna be watching the killer like kill the bitch. He's gonna be like, guys, check this out, man. He's like, like standing there watching, like, dude, he just fucked that bitch up. Holy shit. That would be amazing. Ugh.
Then you hear somebody die and you walk over and like, this is some PG bullshit.
It's like, why didn't they show that guy dying? And I'm like, because they ran out of fucking budget money for special effects. Oh yeah. It's like, what do you think this is? A good movie? Come on. That is a fucking prostitute. And not even an expensive one. What you eating there, Mark?
Nonsense.
you couldn't even afford EL stripes, man. Like, come on.
They taste exactly the same.
No, they don't. You've convinced yourself of that.
We could do a taste test. You won't even know the difference.
Oh my god. Well, there is something that I've discovered that Keebler makes that I think if the word got out, the Girl Scouts will be mad. They make a cookie that I swear to you tastes exactly like a Girl Scout Thin Mint cookie. I am 99% sure it is the same goddamn cookie. I think
grasshoppers?
What's that?
Grasshoppers.
I don't remember what they're called, but I mean they look exactly like a Thin Mint. I have a suspicion that maybe Keebler makes them for the Girl Scouts. They just kind of go uncredited because think about it. Why wouldn't you want that contract?
Yeah.
I mean, your cookies are going to sell like gangbusters, man. You're going to make a killing. So I have a suspicion that Keebler might be pulling the strings.
Yeah,
and they've
been making them forever now.
I discovered them by
That's
accident one day where I was like, oh, it's kind of like a Thin Mint. And I tasted it. I was like, that fucking is a Thin Mint.
Yeah.
Yeah. I even put it in the freezer like they're supposed to.
Realize that. They've been out forever.
I'm sorry, Mark. I'm not a Keebler cookie expert, bro. I should have asked you, apparently, but my bad.
I've been eating them for ages.
I bet you
That's
have.
why I never buy Thin Mints.
Okay,
And
well,
actually,
on that one, we
makes
agree.
a Thin Mint.
On that one, we agree. That is the smarter thing to do because the Girl Scouts, nah, that's con artists.
You had to buy peanut butter crackers. The peanut butter sandwiches. They're the ones that you need to buy because you can't.
Yeah.
They don't have them third party.
The Do-si-dos or whatever they are. Yeah,
Do-si-dos you can get third party.
you can.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wow, you really know a lot about this, man.
Well.
Was the missus like a Girl Scout or something? Is that how you have all this secret information?
No.
Are you sure? 'Cause it sounds like some insider shit to me. Like, let me tell you what really happens.
The rest of the story.
Yep. Yeah, dude. This is literally Night Trap.
Yeah.
Just minus the vampires. Instead of the vampires, we get this douchebag.
And nicer looking furniture, apparently.
Yeah. He's going to look through his Sharper Image catalog. Figure out what other kind of douchebag shit he can buy. So, oh, they have a new foot massager.
Yeah. Oh, Jimbo.
Yeah, come on, Slater. Let's go get Kelly and Jesse. Take it easy, Preppy. Uh-oh.
Stood.
Satan's awake.
Oh, Bradley, shush. Big dog.
He's be barking backwards, man. Quack, quack, quack. Should have named him Mr. Pickles.
He should have just named him Satan.
Bradley.
Like, just get straight to it. Don't even be funny about it. Just be like, yes, my dog Satan.
Yeah.
Imagine
Yeah,
going to
he's
someone's
yelping
house.
out there.
You see on the collar it says Satan. You're like, all right. Like Beelzebub or something.
Yeah, Beelzebub.
Here he comes. Knock it off.
Born on June 6, 2006.
Shut up.
666.
Big dog.
Is there anything that doesn't make you smile, Mark? Jesus Christ. He's like, oh, that
Kill that
dog.
dog.
He's a very happy guy.
It's like Mark is permanently stuck in an episode of Leave It to Beaver or something when everyone was happy.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, Mark. Leave
Look
it
at
to
these
Mark.
fucking dorks.
Oh no.
Dude, I don't think any of these chicks have ever seen a dick. Because they wouldn't be
Yeah.
dicking around like this if they had. They'd be like, let's go get some dick. Maybe the hooker. I don't know, but... Oh, yeah. Here we go.
Yeah, come on.
Oh,
come on.
on.
Oh.
Dude, if you're going to do it, don't fuck around with it. Like, come on. Let's just get to it.
Do it. Do it now.
Take it off. Yeah.
Take it off, baby.
What did they do? Park around the corner?
Are they walking past lockers or is that a fence?
Looks like a fence. Chain link
Okay.
fence.
It's a fence.
It's like, what the hell are they doing at school, man? Look at these assholes. Jesus. Let's go back to school, bro. All right. Is that dude secretly a vampire or something?
Blah. Blah, blah, blah.
Maybe it is Night Trap.
Blah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Dude, here we go. Come on, come on, come on, come on. You're almost there. You're almost there.
Release
Oh
the
man.
puppies.
Jeez.
If only women actually did this shit.
Be free.
Like, if you could sneak into a party and find chicks doing this, we're like, dude, all those movies were right, man. It was fucking real. They do this shit. If only that were true.
Yeah, I know.
These fucks are going to totally ruin it, though.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, there we go. And she's got baloney nipples. God damn it.
Baloney nipples.
Yeah. Fucking looks like a slice of baloney.
Oscar Mayer.
I mean, dude, that looks like the top of one of the old Gatorade bottles, man. When they had like the pop top.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, that one's got banana tits. Because they kind of like come out of the curve. Come on, come on. Oh, fuck. Yeah, come on, baby. Come on. All right. She gets points back for the ass.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh God, what are these two?
Dude,
Three
these guys
knuckleheads
are about
doing?
to stumble into the most amazing shit ever. They're going to be like, this is the correct place where we're supposed to be right now.
Time for
Taking
an
off
orgy.
party, be like, fuck yeah, man. This is the spot. This is like every high school boy's dream.
It's only us. It's only us. Oh.
Oh jeez.
But we're glad we're here.
So happy we came. They scared the shit out of us. Huh?
When somebody set their car on fire. Oh, they knocked the grill over.
Oh man.
Oh, yeah, let's kick the floor.
What do you don't kick
Let's
it all
spread
over
it
the
around,
place, you
man.
idiot?
Oh jeez.
Jesus,
kick it
man,
around
these
like it works.
bitches are stupid.
Smart.
Wait for the damn hose, you moron. Dude, I go over there and just fucking dump lighter fluid on that crap. Like, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Let's get this party started. Whoa, is there a monster outside? It's like somebody growling. Oh, it's fine. Believe me. Don't mind the cameraman. He's not even there. No. What cameraman? This fucking weirdo. Maybe he's like Driller Killer Jr. The hell was that?
I don't know, some asshole driving around.
Dude, that skeleton
probably
hanging
got
from
part
that
Adam.
mirror, my uncle still has one of those.
Really?
Yeah, it's still hanging from his fucking mirror.
Is your uncle, what is he, a time traveler or some shit? Like,
No.
he's just a diehard apparently. Night trap.
She was totally just smelling her fingers.
Fuck yeah, let's order pizza. And Mark, when next time you come down, bro, we're gonna have to give Night Trap another run, but we'll do it on the Switch this time.
Okay.
You're gonna have to be Johnny on the spot though, dude, because on the Switch, going to the map screen does not pause the game.
Oh, wow.
All of the cameras are perfectly synchronized and they're all going in real time.
I'll have to practice it on the 3DO then.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you got to be like, I got to know where to go, and I need to know in advance, and we got to just like fucking like a team of Spartans, dude. We got to crank that crap out.
Wow.
Yeah,
You guys didn't
we're gonna have to like train for this shit. But I mean, yeah, I think if we're gonna do it again, let's show it in the best possible version. The Switch version looks like $1 million bucks. So
yeah,
they cleaned up the tapes and everything. It's all nice and clear. What's that?
Yeah, the 3DO one is pretty good.
Yeah, this is like that. Like they actually went back to the original digital tapes.
Yeah.
That they used to shoot it and actually clean them up. Yeah. So it's actually in legitimate HD since it was recorded digitally. So this is like, it's like you look at it and you're like, I had no idea it could look this good.
Yeah. Oh man.
But it's the hard part is not having the menu as the cheat.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Whoa,
talking about improvising. No. Oh, die Slayer!
Oh.
Dude, see, I told you there are vampires. He just staked that dude.
Yep.
The killer is the good guy. This whole thing is a bunch of bullshit. Like, no, they're a bunch of vampires, man. We're getting suckered here. This dude is like fucking. He's a Van Helsing or like a Slayer or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's fucking Buffy. She's like just dressed in trans. And he even put the sign back. Wow, what a nice guy.
And he cleaned it up. What a gentleman.
I know. This is the nicest killer ever.
Yeah. Cleans up after himself. Don't worry, he won't.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jimbo, did you get those Sega CD games today?
I thought about it, dude. I thought about it real hard. All right. As far as Rebel Assault, I don't understand the point. It's not an expensive game.
You can get it. The game's like $20.
Yeah, so I was like, why would I pay like $40 for that when I can get the real game for like $20? But Monkey Island, I considered. I was like,
that's
a pricey game. But I was like, I'm not a big enough Monkey Island fan, I guess. Like, it's not that I hate it or anything. I was just like, there's a bunch of other fires I could put out with that money. I'm just like, oh shit. Had to say no.
Yeah, I ended up pulling the trigger on Monkey Island.
Well, dude, you're gonna have to bring it down. We'll have to play it one day.
Yeah. If when I get it, when it arrives in 9 months.
I know. 3.5 years from now or whatever.
Yeah.
We'll see when I get the Darius series from Strictly Limited. It'll probably be like next year.
Is the creeper dressing up as a pizza delivery guy?
I think so. I think that's the basic premise of this.
See, why can't I deliver to places like this?
Because you're not the driller killer? At least not that we know of.
Yeah.
Get a moron. Jesus, look at this goofy bastard. Jesus, kill him already.
Yeah.
He's just in the damn way. Okay, that was a really long, really pointless shot of basically nothing.
You gotta kill time, bro.
We gotta hit that 90-minute mark, man. Like, no one notices a guy just walking around with a gigantic fucking drill.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that thing.
Was that a crash?
Nothing to see here.
I mean, that's for like drilling into pavement and shit. I mean, like that's not a regular drill. He's gonna put the screw to her. Damn.
You're screwed.
Yeah, nice. I mean, dude, there are so many quieter weapons that you could pick. I mean, it's like, you know how loud that thing is? It's like you're advertising to the entire world that you're murdering someone.
Yeah. Looks like the Craftsman that I have.
Oh, my God.
Except I don't know how he's powering it, because you go through AC power.
This guy secretly invented lithium-ion technology before anyone else.
Yeah. Must have.
They just hid the power cord off screen.
Yeah. It's running a super long extension cord.
Yeah.
Excuse me, plug this in for you.
Like, how do we catch this guy? Just follow the cord, dummy. Jeez.
Yeah. Follow a bunch of yellow cords coming through.
Yeah, I know. Just like up and down the street. He's got like 3,000 feet of cord. Every time he uses it, like the lights dim in the house. Like,
yeah. What's the house dimming? I don't know. This guy asked me to plug this thing in for him.
This bitch's hair is driving me nuts, dude.
Man,
which one?
that escalated.
The one with the knife.
Really? Oh, she's got the mom haircut, bro.
So I can't fucking stand that shit.
You tell him, Kyle. Ladies, don't ever get that haircut. Dude, they screamed before he even showed up. It's the worst acting I've ever seen. What's up, Chasing the Classics? How goes it, bro? We're just
Brad.
watching a piece of crap, man. Don't mind us. Where's all the 11K subscribers at? Dude, I ask myself that question with every video I put out.
That is a really good question.
Yeah, I'm just like, why are you subscribing if you're not going to watch? Like, I don't get it. Oh, well. We're doing it for the 1%. Sorry, guys. It's a great question, though. Thanks for reminding me, Shad Juice.
This is O'Reilly here.
They're always Irish.
O'Reilly Auto
Where's my-
Parts.
Where's my donuts?
We totally need to make a horror movie.
Yeah, you are here chasing the classics, and thank you for showing up, bro.
Much love, yo.
Yeah. Whoa, Zach Morris.
Where's this guy?
Morris.
Hey, I'm looking for Kelly Kapowski. Mark
He's
Show
dressed up for an
Boyd.
interview.
What's Foyd?
Floyd.
Dude, I wish I could do animation.
I wish I could do a lot of things, Kyle.
Dude, did you seen the Jane Silent Bob animated movie?
No, I never saw it. Was it good?
Oh, I got more than a message.
Yeah, well, not really.
All right,
But-
I'm glad I missed it then.
I think somebody needs to do an animated movie about all of us.
Sure.
Like you're talking about, like instead of just filming us actually going into a horror movie, just make an animated horror movie
Sure.
and let us do the voiceovers.
Sure.
So if anybody's watching the animates, give us a holler, man.
So if either of you guys watching have any animation skills,
all two of you?
Yeah.
please help us.
Help us.
I mean, you know, there's a small chance one of them does.
Chase and I don't disagree.
I know. I mean, it's not as bad as the Corn movie. But
Nothing's as bad as a Gordon movie.
yeah, this at least has had a couple of drill kills. So
This actually shows a little bit of blood.
yeah, and we got to see some
Yeah.
boobs. There's that. So it's checking the basic boxes for slasher. It's just not doing them very well. Well, you're pretty dumb, so I thought it was fitting.
Derp.
It's like, who told you that you were smart, Mark? Probably the same person that said that you were smart. Fucking liar.
Apparently, I'm going to be part of making a movie around here.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's going to be a B movie. It's meant to be a old 80s slasher. So
Cool.
they actually made up with me and asked me to be part of it, like somewhat of a director.
Okay, cool, man.
So yeah, I'm gonna definitely be part of it, man. I mean, who better to ask?
Make sure it's a piece of shit, man. I mean, dude, if it's really bad, we'll watch it on the show.
Dude, I can totally legit put you guys in the movie. Like, if I could somehow film you guys doing at least something as a cameo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could just play me.
That's what I'm talking about, dude. I'm just gonna play myself.
I can do that. Mark, you have jizz on
He's
your
good
eyebrow.
at playing with himself. Oh, you mean play as himself? Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll play with myself on camera. I don't care.
What is that noise?
That's what I was going to ask. I got
What-
static.
What is that?
It's gone now.
That was bizarre.
Sound like somebody's mic going crazy. Mark.
It ain't
It's not
mine.
mine.
What is mess with you, man? Yeah, can we have sex?
Can
Can I put it in your butt?
we do the rolling mama?
I want to put it in your bum.
Do that Kama Sutra?
When's the last time you smoked any bud, Jimbo?
Allegedly,
Allegedly.
the last time we talked about it. I've thought about it like during this whole stint since I can't drink. But I'm like, dude, what happens if I get the munchies? So I'm just like, why tempt fate, you know? But after it's over, oh, game on, buddy.
We still got to do a 420 special.
Absolutely, I'm in.
Because it's going to be 420 all month.
For 2020. I'm in. Let's do it. And turn this shit into a fucking Cheech and Chong movie.
We have to do it at 4:20 p.m. on 420.
On 4/20/20.
On 4/20/20.
Yes.
So it's going to be 4/20/2020.
Yeah. We'll have to have Barbara Walters like stop in and get high so she can be like, hello, this is 4/20/20. We're like, you damn right. Yep.
Yep.
Dude, I asked my dad if he would actually try getting high, and my mom was all about it. She was like, yes. I was like, really? And she was like, yeah. She was like, you can do it. You've never done it before. I was like, this is going to be the best day of my fucking life.
Dude, okay, so I'm not going to say his name because he'd get pissed. Anyways, my dad, okay, so in Kentucky, it passed the House for medical marijuana.
Yeah.
Now it's going to the Senate. If it passes the Senate, he told me, he's like, if it does, I'm opening up a dispensary and you're going to run it. And I was like, my dad is a right-wing conservative Christian. Like full on. And he was like, I will fund it. I was like,
He likes money.
dude, he's a legit businessman. Before we moved to where we're at now, like he ran an entire coal mine business. Like he owned it. If that tells you anything.
Awesome. Good. I'll drive over to Kentucky and like stock up and come back.
You always load.
Well, unless Kyle smokes all the inventory.
Me? No.
Yes, we get high chasing classics. Well, some of us do.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
That's the rumor, which we can neither confirm nor deny. There you go, dude. Come on. Work her fake tits. Smack her around a little bit.
Take that, baby.
Yeah, dude, on 420, we're going to be in a different dimension.
Sight and sound.
Yeah.
It's a green.
Like that shit in Buckaroo Banzai where he goes through the fucking mountain and he sees like the 8th dimension. We're going to go there.
Oh, yeah.
What are we going to watch on that one?
Buckaroo Banzai.
Dude,
No,
ain't there like a Killer Bong movie?
Yeah, we can watch Killer Bong 666. Yeah, it's on the Tubi thing.
There we go.
That is the perfect fucking movie, dude. that is it right there, dude.
Chong is in one of them.
He's in the second one, I think.
You know, I've never seen those movies.
What? Cheech and Chong?
No, the Bong movies, the Evil
Oh,
Bong.
I was about to say, like, damn, bro.
Oh no, dude, I've seen every Cheech and Chong movie. I even
haven't
like
seen
the
the Killer
Horseman
Bong
Brothers.
movies either, so it'll be a new experience for us both. I mean, it's full moon and it's about a fucking bong that kills people. I mean, what more do you want?
Wasn't there a movie like about some kind of weed turned you into a zombie?
Hey, let's
That
start some
sounds
drink.
vaguely familiar.
Oh God.
Maybe. That sounds familiar. I mean, dude, there's been movies about pretty much everything turning you into a zombie at this point. So,
Toxic Zombies from 1980.
really?
Yeah. Weed farmers.
I love her perfectly folded sheet. Oh my god.
Woo!
Fucking vibrator, man. And it's not even battery powered. It's plug-in. So you gotta have it near an outlet. Oh my god. Yep, there we go. Why is the bathtub full of water?
Well,
I don't remember anyone turning it on.
an automatic bathtub.
Mm-hmm.
Throw the dildo into the fucking bathtub and fry her ass.
Death by dildo. Jesus. Oh my
Oh
god.
my god, I called it!
Oh my
No
god.
fucking way.
You fucking called it.
Yeah.
That is the greatest thing ever.
Holy crap. She got dildoed to death. I didn't even know that was a thing. Wow.
Death by dildo.
Yeah.
Man, it made it worse.
Just pee on it. It'll be fine.
No, there's no way, dude. There's no way I could watch that Toxic Zombies. Fuck that.
No?
No, I just watched a little bit of the trailer. I can't do that.
Why?
Because that looks like fucking,
Nah.
like, below bullshit.
Oh, well, then we'll watch something. Dude, let's just watch Evil Bong. You know it's going to be a turd.
No, I mean, like, even outside the show, I would never watch that Toxic Zombies. Like, I've watched some pretty bad shit, and I won't watch that.
Yeah, we've watched some real stinkers on here.
Real stinkers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Somebody's got to do it. We're like the garbage men of the cinema world.
There's no way this bitch's hair is real.
No. That's a wig. She doesn't notice like the burning smell.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
This
cleaned up after
dude,
himself.
this dude is a nice guy. Like, legit.
Yeah. He's a thoughtful killer. How did he get rid of the burning flesh smell? Like that's what I want to know. But
Yeah.
it would stink, to say the least.
Yeah.
Stink. Stank. Stunk.
Dude, he even wrapped her in plastic.
I know. He's like a hitman or something, man. This dude like works for the mob.
Now her body's going to be gone.
Of course. And he'd be like, dude, don't listen to the crazy hooker lady. Come on.
By the way, you were talking about Candyman earlier.
Hmm?
They just released the trailer for the new one. I don't know if you've seen that or not. Freedom.
Starring Tony Todd, sort of.
Well, come here. Come here.
Oh, Kyle's got a doggy.
Oh, dude. This is, if I can get her to come up here, this is my blue pit. Her name's Freedom. Come here. Get up here and let him see you.
Oh,
wow. That's an awesome dog.
Good day, girl. Huh?
Nice.
He is outside.
All right, go on. You being a good girl, too. I've got two dogs. One's Liberty and one's Freedom.
Oh, cool.
But
Go
of
on.
course,
Go on. All right, I gotta close this door before they come back in here.
sure. You aren't gonna miss anything. Don't worry. This is the useless police department. This is making me want pizza.
Hey, what month was it you were saying you was going to come to Knob Creek?
They do it in April and October. In April, I'm not gonna be able to make, but October I can.
Okay. I will be there, brother.
Fuck yeah, dude.
We're going to fucking blow some shit up.
Oh, we're gonna blow shit straight to hell, dude. Shit is gonna be lit on fire and then exploded.
I'm going to fucking shoot at like a M60 machine gun and blow up a car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't even get me started on the flamethrower. I can't wait for that part. And the minigun? Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Dude, I want to be in the chopper with a minigun. I'm a fucking afraid of heights, but you give me a minigun, I'll do anything.
Yep. All kinds of stuff. All the toys we've ever wanted to play with, all in one place.
I wonder if you can bring your own shit, because I've never been.
I don't know. I have to look into it, I guess. Either
that's
way, shit.
Yeah, I mean, that's the positive thing, though, is like if you guys come through this area, like, you just stop by my place, man. We'll go up and shoot some shit, too.
Sure. I'm down for that.
I've got 700 acres. We can go whatever.
Sounds good, man. That's got potential.
What's that one shit? Tannerite or something like that?
Tannerite?
Tannerite, yeah.
That has potential. All you need is pew pew, and then it goes boom boom.
Dude, there's a guy on the internet that put a bunch of that shit underneath a lawnmower, and it blew up. And the blade came out from underneath it and cut his leg off.
What?
I'm dead serious, man. It's on the fucking internet.
Damn,
It's real.
dude.
It's real. It's hell. Man, it's real.
Now that's funny. You might be a redneck if you use Tannerite on a lawnmower and it cuts your leg off.
Yeah.
That's some redneck shit.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
If you're going to use that shit, use it at like 500-600 yards. Don't.
I know. I mean, it's like the whole point of it is that like you got to have a supersonic round to even get it to do anything. Like a pistol round ain't gonna do shit. Like you need like an AR or something more powerful than that just to get it to go boom. That's why it's so useful, because you can like put it a couple 100 yards out and shoot it, and bang, it goes off. So it's like a gun nuts version of C4, because it's like totally stable. Like you can whack it with a fucking hammer and it's not going to explode.
Yeah.
Like unless you can light it on fire. I mean, or whatever. It's like unless you hit it with something going, beyond the speed of sound, then don't worry about it. Oh boy, here's Satan. Jesus, look at that fucking angry shithead. That looks like something you kill in The Witcher. Jesus.
Huh?
What the hell are these guys doing?
Is one of them the killer?
Stop.
They think this guy's the killer or something?
What the heck? What are they fencing?
I don't know what. They're fucking sword fighting, but not the cool way. Oh God, got the chainsaw, of course.
Oh,
Oh man, he hit him with the double punch. Damn, ow. Oh
Damn.
God, cut his head off, really? Holy shit, he's cutting his legs off. Like, instead of just getting it over with, he's like, no, I'm gonna maim him.
oh shit!
Okay, this just got better. Never ever admit your weaknesses.
Why didn't it show his fucking nubs then?
I don't know. They ran out of money, dude.
I did it for free.
I know.
Wait, are they still attached?
I mean, he's not dead.
Or did he just like cut his Achilles heel or some shit?
Maybe. Yeah, he might have just been a pussy about it. Ugh. Ugh. I hate it when you got an itch and you can't fucking reach it. Oh, that drives me nuts. Jesus Christ, this is making me want to get high.
Allegedly.
Do it, dude.
The desire is there, buddy. Believe me.
Dude, here's the positive thing.
You said it, Tom.
If you do it, bacon's going to be good to you.
That's true. But then I got to go make it. And I'm like, nah, it takes too long. It's too fucking hard.
Do you have sandwich meat?
What's that?
Sandwich meat? Do you have that?
Not at the moment. Plus, I want the crunch, bro. Like when I get the munchies, I gotta have the crunch.
Dude, trust me. Bacon. Simple, fast, crunchy.
True.
You can do it, bro. I'm pure pressuring you like a motherfucker.
I know that. All you gotta do is wait until after Tuesday, bro. Tuesday is D-Day.
I'm that guy on the what was it? The films they show you in school, like what not to do when it comes to pure
after
pressure.
school specials? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the guy in the bathroom. It's like, come on, man.
Hey, come
Just
on,
hit
man.
it
It's okay,
once.
bro.
Be
Yeah,
cool
pretty
like
much.
me.
Too heavy.
Don't worry, man. After Tuesday, shit, I might just do it on day 31. Just cut loose.
Was that the creepy dude, the creeper?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard to tell with this crappy transfer, but Jesus, makes Laserdisc looks like Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Did he have a steak in his hand? Or is it a knife?
Like, who would have thought? This has happened to 3 different houses of 3 different groups of chicks, and the killer always had a drill. Like, what are the odds? Like 3 completely different killers. It's not even the same guy.
Is the first one even on YouTube?
I haven't even looked, but probably.
Here, I'll look real quick.
That's an early 80s one, I think.
I'll be damned, it is.
We'll add it to the list.
1982.
Nice.
You said we watched the second one.
Yes, we have.
Yeah, the second one's on here too. Yeah.
Yep. No one gives a fuck about these movies. Like, we're not losing any money. Like, who wants to watch this piece of shit? Nobody.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we got a copyright claim on this, I'd be like, from who? Like, I'd want to find out who they are and be like, seriously? Like, more people are watching your turd because of us. You're welcome, dick.
Actually, someone bought it.
Yeah,
So this blonde guy's the actual killer.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, it seems to be.
Fucking Zach Morris. What a dick.
It is for you. Yeah.
I'm gonna bust your picture everywhere, bitch.
Like, we don't know your motivation and no one cares. Third-rate killer in a fucking three-parter. What does he have, like a Winnebago of death? I mean, Jesus.
I don't know
He's
what
got
that
like
is.
a fucking, like a rolling art museum of death.
Like a
He's
fucking
walking down the
UPS
street
truck.
with my
It's-
girl. Why is everyone acting like they're cold? Oh my god.
Oh shit.
That was amazing.
Oh,
He's just like, he's done fucking around at this point. He's like, I'm gonna get right to it. That was awesome.
oh.
Dude, how did you fuck that up?
Oh man.
Oh, rear window.
He's being very calm about this.
Yeah.
He had a knife and he managed to fuck that up.
Did we ever watch The Final Girls?
No, I've seen it though.
The who?
The Final Girls.
Oh man.
It's like
I
a
wish
parody
I
of all
got-
this shit. It should have been R-rated though. That was my big gripe with it.
Yeah. I just didn't. I didn't know if we watched that on Dirtflix or not. I can't remember.
No, I watched the solo. It was okay. It drug on a little bit, a few parts, but some of the parts were pretty funny. Like what's happening? We're in slow motion. Like, that was pretty funny. It's like, wait a minute, why is everything in black and white? Oh shit, I think we're in a flashback. You know, that part was pretty
Saying
funny.
I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Oh god, I want him to drill these bitches hard.
Shit.
I like this guy.
Yeah.
Was it something I said? Yeah, get her. Really, dude? You were only able to maim. God, dude, you suck.
I think he kind of felt sorry for her for a second.
Maybe.
Yeah.
He got a boner and he got distracted.
He's like, I fucking drilled the wrong girl.
Dude, how fucking big is this house?
I'm gonna cut your nipples off and use them as a sandwich.
Don't talk back. What the hell is that dude doing there?
I don't know.
I don't remember him getting attacked again. Do you?
No.
No.
So he pretty much bled to death.
Yeah. Oh my god, she actually took all the fruit off.
Yeah.
That's the best she could do.
Oh.
Knocked
Well, at
him
least she
both
didn't
out.
fuck it up like the knife guy did. She actually closed escrow on it, so. God, these women are fucking useless.
Whoa.
This.
Right.
Damn!
Woo.
She killed herself. So, I mean,
Yeah. Dude, get her leg. Do it.
I'm
Do
gonna
it, drill the
this in
fucking
your
leg off.
asshole.
Drill her leg. Drill her up the ass.
That's what I. Yeah.
In the anus.
Anus.
And then throw in the line like, Darcy or whatever, you're a real pain in the ass.
Yeah.
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 Wow.
That would be like your perfect like role mark in a movie. It's just giving fucking shitty puns through the whole entire thing.
Yeah. No one would ever suspect Mark is the killer. That's the best part.
Always those quiet ones that smile all the time.
It'd be me or Kyle would be like suspect number 1 and suspect number 2.
Yeah.
I think if you used to put us in a movie and with our mindset, I think the movie wouldn't last very long.
No, it'd be like 5 minutes. Because the killer would show up and then he'd be like, I'm here to party. Like, bang, 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 bang. And then he'd just like fall down and be like, got him, all clear.
Be like, oh yeah, you know how like they make part 2s, you always come back and just go over and unload a whole mag again.
Yeah.
Go over and cut his head off.
Like, not even pistols, dude. Just go like straight AR. Like no, we're not fucking around, dude. Like, we came prepared. Like dump in one mag, then like have the other one duct tape to it, fucking flip it around, like, keep shooting.
Bring out the 100 round drum mag.
Yeah, all that. Yep. Oh yeah.
I'll be sitting around unloading like 50 rounds of hand. You'd be like, take over, dude. My finger's tired.
Reload, bro. Reload. I need a magazine here. Yep. Slasher movie killer's worst nightmare. Faux show.
Oh, yo.
He looks like he works at Blockbuster, man.
He does.
You didn't pay your late fee.
Dude.
How good of a fucking movie would that be?
I don't know if I don't know if they have them in Virginia or not, but Aaron's Rental. You know what I'm talking about? Okay, never mind.
What?
He looks just like one of their employees too.
Really?
Yeah, because they all wear the same shit.
Oh, okay. They like have a uniform?
Yeah, it looks like that shitty color and everything.
Jesus.
I like green. I like blue.
Yeah, I think Mark just pitched the ultimate dirt movie where the killer is like the fucking video store clerk. You could call it like late fee or something like that. Like,
shit.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't
Sounds like
pay
a
your
good
late fee. Like, he goes after people for not returning these fucking turd movies. Yeah. Whoa.
Oh, crap.
You could have just opened it.
Yeah, I know. It's like, dude, that was a lot of work.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Like,
just
take
took
the
the
whole damn
track
door
off.
off. Wow.
Dang.
Damn, he just pimp slapped her.
Yep. He keeps his hose in line.
She looked like she had a mullet for a second.
Yeah. Her friend's in there doing jack shit. Hit her again, dude. Come on.
Oh.
Come on, man. Put some stank on it. Hit her. Warm up the pin pan, bro. Love you so much. I'm going to punch you in your face.
Uh-oh.
Yep. He's got his fake drill. I mean, look at that thing.
Oh.
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 All they did was slow him down last time.
Thank
Don't you
God.
think you learn? Arrgh.
You would think this guy would like have a little bit of a concussion. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
he's had shit broke over his head the entire time he's been in here.
Oh, dude. Even if he makes it out of this, that dude's got brain damage. Like, there's no two ways about that shit. He's got permanent brain damage. Two big whacks like that. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's gonna be like "Duh," for the rest of his life. So.
That's why like a lot of times I laugh at movies when like people get hit by beer bottles. No, motherfuckers, that don't work that way.
No, it hurts.
That shit don't break like that.
No, it
No.
don't. That's really hard
Yeah.
glass, dude. And it's like getting hit with a rock. No thanks. Oh, somebody's gonna get drilled. Because these bitches suck at going out a
it's
window.
gonna be the chick trying to like, how the hell did she get down there like that? That would have been funny where she was like bent over, like trying to get out the
Sweep
window.
them? That broom?
There's 3 of you. Come on.
Yeah.
A spear
We
gun.
just happen to have this
yeah.
fucking spear gun.
Oh,
My leg.
he got the
Shoot
point.
him in the dick. Don't run away. Finish him off.
Finish him.
He's the worst killer ever.
Like, this is the slowest,
Oh,
like the longest like killer rampage where the killer's been exposed, I think, in any horror movie ever. Like, that's normally like the crescendo. This is like half the damn movie.
Yeah.
I do give the guy credit though because
Damn.
when he took that thing out, man, he actually pushed it on through instead of pulling it out.
Yeah. He likes being penetrated.
Yeah, he wants to go all
Oh my God, you
the
gonna dump bleach on his ass?
I'll get the drill.
Yeah, some bleach on you. That'll burn. Kick him in the Jimmy.
Dude, come on.
It's like I know you're there somewhere.
Just
Are you
fucking
fucking-
roll out of the damn way. Jesus, he can't
you
see you,
Fucking
stupid.
kidding me, man.
Dude, drill that bitch. She's dumb. Rid the world of some stupid.
Just drill the bitch. She lying to you.
I know. Come on.
We'll grab a titty real quick,
Yeah.
I know. Like, come on. Why wouldn't you?
then drill you.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Drill her implants out. Savage as fuck.
I got blue balls.
Here you go, buddy. Come on. Get some.
He gonna cop a feel.
Yeah, dude. He wants some titties. I'm going to drill your vag.
Dude, it's gonna be funny if he breaks her leg or some shit.
Just snaps it. This is some creepy Harvey Weinstein shit right here. Urgh.
Arr.
Is he sniffing her? What are you, a fucking dog? Jeez.
Arf. Uh-oh.
Don't get greedy.
Da-da.
Let one of your girlfriends do it.
Yeah, really?
And have them drill you while they're drilling him. Fucking drill sandwich.
Major drillage.
That's all this dude wanted was to get laid.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh,
Really? Man, there's dumb, then there's these bitches level of dumb. Jesus.
She got greedy.
I told you she's getting greedy. Oh, yeah, don't grab the drill. Yeah, that's going to hurt a lot. And you're going to get drilled.
Oh,
Damn.
And those two bitches just sit there and watched it happen. All of it. All three of them. There's a bitch in the kitchen, too.
When he can't see. When they have like every advantage.
yeah.
I can't believe this is still going on. How is the movie not over yet?
Dude,
Maybe it really is 3 hours. Oh, God, no.
Yeah. No.
Dude, it's been on for an hour and 17 minutes.
I know. It's like, yeah, this will be the first ever 2-part Dirtflix. To be continued next time.
Dude, I think we lost all of our viewers.
Oh man.
The movie sucked. I didn't think it sucked that bad.
He's really playing Marco Polo.
Oh,
Dude, hit him in the dick. He's going to fall down. She's fighting him off with a polo mallet.
Oh.
Could throw his ass in a damn fireplace.
Dude, I think you're right, man. I think there's a level of dumbass. And this, like
This is way beyond that.
if dumbass took a shit, this would be it.
Yeah. It's the turd offspring of dumbass. Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Damn. Stab her ass. Why do they keep pulling it in and out? Just drill him and hold it, dude.
Yeah. scree.
Jesus.
Why was there never like a fourth movie?
It's like she's fucking him with the thing.
Yeah.
The drill is a total phallus reference.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Oh, now you show up.
What was the other one? Sorority House Massacre?
Yeah, I think so.
Did we watch those?
Oh, thank God it's over.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it started over.
Dude, the Sorority House Massacres, did we watch those?
Yeah, I think we've watched one of them.
That's produced by the same dude that made these.
I know. That's why I think like it's almost like the two franchises are like connected or some shit.
Yeah, that fucking sucked balls.
How do you really feel about it?
That's how we feel, bro. Yeah, we got to do the first Slumber Party Massacre for fucking show. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think that concludes this episode of Dirtflix. Thank you to everyone who stopped by and endured this fucking turd this long with us. I don't know how you did that. But we will be back again next month. We'll be picking the flick for next month for March. And again, we're going to do a special 420 episode. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
Details to come. That one's going to be a real burner, let me tell you.
Yeah. No pun intended.
Yeah, no shit. All right. Well, love you three dirty bastards.
Yeah.
You guys have a good night. And I guess we will see everyone on the next episode of Dirtflix.
Yeah, man. Later.
Peace out, dudes.
Good night.